In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, we are here. We're here with the Shane and Don show, tonight's home theater hangout. What's going on, Don?
What's up, brother?
Just
And
hanging
all the
out.
good people. All the good people. Is there
Just
any
hanging
people?
out.
Is there any people?
Yeah, we got like 30 people here right now. What's up? Who's here today? Who is here? Who is here? So today we are going to be watching, what you call it? What's this movie called? The Day After Tomorrow on 4K UHD Blu-ray. I'll be watching it. Don can't watch it because he's in his office. I am in my home theater right now, so
I
I've
can watch it in
got
my office. I can watch it in my bedroom. I can watch it in my theater room. I can watch it. You started it. What's up, man? It's good to be back here where I can cut loose and relax because your people are cool.
yeah. Hello from Brian Han is here from Flagstaff, Arizona. Don, have you ever been to Flagstaff, Arizona?
No, I've been to Phoenix a couple times, but not to Flagstaff. I like
Oh shit, we got Kenny up in the house.
What up? What up?
Woo! Kenny from RBH.
Jenny. There's any single ladies out there? Let me
Oh, my
tell you, this
single
guy
ladies.
is
Oh, my single ladies. Oh, my single
ready
ladies.
to mingle, and probably the best dude you'll ever meet.
Who's
And
that?
I don't go
Me?
out and-
I'm married, dude.
No, I'm talking to the audience for Kenny.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I'm
for
trying
Kenny.
to-
Okay.
Like,
Oh, you trying to play matchmaker?
yeah,
If there are any ladies in the chat tonight,
ladies.
raise your hand. Put a little hand up emoji. If there's any ladies in the chat tonight, you may get another entry into the next upcoming giveaway that we're gonna have soon. Any ladies?
Ooh, ladies.
Single ladies. Not for me. Not for
Or
me, of course.
friends of single ladies.
And then we got
Aussies.
Toddy from Australia in the
You ever hang out with
house.
any Australians, dude? Let me tell you something. Those cats know how to party. And cool as hell, dude. Love Aussies, man.
I love that he called himself Toddy.
Toddy. Lottie dotty.
Toddy.
He likes the toddy.
We got hot Toddy. Hot Toddy in the house.
Toddy toddy.
That's not, hold on, that's not Australian though, dude.
I don't care. That's my shit. Lottie dotty. Often drift when I drive.
Before I start this Day After Tomorrow 4K rewatch review, Don, have you what are your thoughts on on Bose and Macintosh? You haven't been on. Talk about that.
I just happened to get back from New York City about a week
That's
and a half
right.
ago at the Macintosh House of Sound. So the Macintosh people are cautiously optimistic. They think it's a good deal, man. This wasn't like that just didn't happen overnight. They were vetted out and they visited. They see value in the House of Sound, and so do I. You've been there. Tell me that's not a killer setup, dude.
Yes, indeed, I was there.
I know
You know what? We can actually talk about that since we were there like within a couple of days of each other.
We could. I'm a huge fan of Sonus Faber. I think they're one of the most, if not the most beautiful speakers on the planet, dude. They're killer. Heard a bunch of their stuff. Mac. I've really, really fallen more in love with Mac. I know the cliche, and I know everybody's like, "Oh, you do better." Look, dude. Here's the bottom line. Macintosh makes really, really good amps. They're really, really well built, as you can see by I don't know if there's too many Macs that don't work in the world because people buy them. They've got some cool, Macintosh only technologies that they use. And there's a pride of ownership, man. Like having a Panerai or a Rolex or, most people know what Macintosh is. And there's intrinsic value in that to me. Dude, I like to have a badass looking system. It's like, measuring the sound and all that. Totally cool. I get it. And I do all that shit. But I like to sit back and be like, yeah, this is what's up. You know what I mean? I enjoy it. I love. That's why I do this. I don't make no money on this. I make money selling an audio equipment to well-to-do people.
Yeah. So was that news when you were at the Macintosh House of Sound?
What about it?
Like, was that a known thing when you were at the House of
Yeah,
Sound?
it was just announced like a
Oh,
day and
really?
a half or whatever before we went. They were super cool about it. You know, they're looking forward to being owned by a company. It's actually an audio company, arguably, but they're headphones. They got a lot of R&D resources, and you know, I haven't had anything to do with Bose in a long time, so I'm going to stop being super prejudiced against them for the sins of the past and the lawsuits and the lackluster products and all that. You know, they were the biggest audio company in the world for a long time, or at least in America. I mean, they were massive, dude, and you know, a lot of people own it. They're blissfully happy with it. They make good headphones. You know, some of their commercial gear was good. So you know, maybe there'll be a little bit of rub off of both companies, man. I think it's probably a real positive thing, dude. To be honest with you, I don't think they're going to dumb down Macintosh. I don't think anybody would do that, man. There'd be a there'd be a protest in the streets. There'd be an audio insurrection.
Yo. Maybe they'll come out with a Macintosh sound
They go get
bar.
all the Twitch guys. Come on, follow me. You know what I mean? Like,
The Bose sound bars are really, at least when I had one, they were really good sounding. That's the last thing that I had that was good from Bose. And their headphones. Their headphones are actually pretty good. They're
I
really good
don't
too.
own a powered soundbar, but I put quite a few in, and I've heard them in different places. And I was at an Airbnb like a year and a half ago, and they had like a LG or something soundbar and some wireless speakers in the back and a little sub and the big old room. And I was sitting there chilling, watching movies. I was like enjoying the shit out of this. I could, it wasn't like what we're used to, but I mean, it was cool. It sounded good. I mean, I could see where most people would be perfectly happy with that. And do not come after me, people. I'm just speaking the truth. The gospel according to Digital Don Havey, which
There
that
you go.
2 cents will get you nothing. But
I read an article or something like that that they wanted to get more into the car audio space or something like that. Did you read
yeah,
that?
I think that's a big part of it. I know, Macintosh has their name at least on, I think, Jeep,
Yeah,
Chrysler
Jeep.
products.
Yeah.
Dude, there's some of these new car factory systems are pretty dope, man. In my Lexus, I got a Mark Levinson system, dude. I'm digging the hell out of it. I mean, I like to have a little more bass. Maybe I'll throw a powered sub in, and I'll probably get some Focal drivers if I can match the impedance with the Martin or our Mark Levinson, and But I'm perfectly happy, dude. I want to throw down. I go home, man. But it's plenty loud, and I'm sure you got probably a good system in your Bronco. You did aftermarket though, right?
Yeah, I got focals in the Bronco.
Oh, right on.
So focals with the stock head unit. I had to get one of those line converters. So Byron B.
For the factory system.
Yeah. So I
Yeah,
never understood the Macintosh brand fans. The products are so hideous. Ooh, I think you might be in the minority here. I think a lot of people like the way Macs look.
yeah.
I love them.
So I'm a Cowboys fan too. So we're sorry. Sorry about your season.
I'm a fan of the Macintosh look. I got 2 Macintosh amps. I still got them. Anybody wants to buy them, you let me know. But I still have them, though.
Dude, Macintosh is killer, dude.
Yeah.
Who are you talking about? Hideous, dude. The things are badass looking, dude.
Yes.
Especially like that 352 integrated, the hybrid with the green tubes and the blue lights. That thing's fucking dope, man. I don't care who you are.
It's so expensive, though, dude.
It's
Listen,
eight grand, 7 grand, 7 grand, 7 change, something like that.
if you just want to show off, a little bit your audio system, just turn on the little light on the meter. You only got to turn it on. Just flick the light on.
No, you can do that now.
Yeah.
They were taught. I was just at Macintosh training before the House of Sound, and they understand who
Yeah.
they are, and they understand their clients, and they understand they want to please them, And you come in, the blue shit looks cool, dude. I don't care. Yeah. Oh my God, people pay $1,000 for that. So what? So what? People ride Harleys. People buy Ferraris. let the man do what he wants, or the woman, or non-binary, whatever. But let the human do what they want.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm sure they're not going to mess around with the legacy of the Macintosh brand. So I'm sure they're in safe hands.
Nah, that you can't mess with Macintosh. Look, man, they might, Macintosh needs to do like high res streamers. They need to do, they don't jump on the bandwagon of new technology. In fact, sometimes they address it to a point. But I would think that a newer generation of Macintosh products will have a little bit more updated eARCs, and they've got it in some of the products. But I'd like to see that they've got. I never even knew they had a whole series of Class D amps, which are cool. They
Yeah.
put lights on them, powerful.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, they look kind of cheap though. Let's be real. They look kind of cheap.
No cheaper than half the other amps that are out. No, I mean, I don't think they look cheap. They got blue light.
It doesn't even have the meters though. It's just like Macintosh 7
No,
channel.
it's got the
Blah
meters.
blah blah.
It's got meters.
The 7 channel one?
Not the 7 channel. How you
Yeah.
put 7 meters on it, dude?
I got a 7 channel lamp with meters
You got
on it.
3 meters on that, not 7. Come on now. All right.
All right, so oopsie, hold on. Let me check. What's going on with this banner here? Hold on a second here. Let me edit that. Let me fix this. Save.
How are you guys?
All right. So, let's talk about, did you see this movie? We're going to get into the Day After Tomorrow 4K Ultra HD, 4K UHD. Before we get into it, I got into a little back and forth last night with, I believe, another YouTuber actually, who was very upset that I put in my 4K reviews 4K UHD review, Smile 4K UHD review, Alien Romulus 4K UHD review, because I don't put digital review, digital streaming review. That's because 4K UHD means it's the resolution and the format 4K resolution, ultra high definition. Why don't I just put Kaleidescape in the title? You guys are all going to think it's a 4K Blu-ray review because I put 4K UHD in the title. Listen, it's not my fault that a lot of people, well, maybe not even a lot of people, just a few people have brought it up to my attention saying, listen, you put 4K UHD in the title and it's not a 4K Blu-ray. Okay, but it is 4K UHD. It is a 4K UHD review. I'm going to watch a 4K UHD movie right now.
Well,
I'd never say
equal of the Blu-ray if you're
Yeah.
watching it, and actually might technically be better.
and there was also comment was, why would you call it 4K UHD? Physical media for the win. And this was for Alien Romulus. Mind you, Alien Romulus comes on a 66 gig disc. If you strip away some of the features and the language, it comes down to about 50 gigs. The Kaleidescape version is 71 gigs. Which version do you think, Don, is going to be better?
Oh man, everybody know the more gigs you got, the more better you is, man. Come on, the gigs, man.
So in this particular case, the Kaleidescape wins. So to leave that comment on that review, that's false.
Well, but the reality is you're trying to get people to watch it, and the 47 people that own a Kaleidescape aren't going to get you many views because most people don't give a shit because they ain't got one, like me. I'm kidding. I love Kaleidescape.
So the moral of the story is, these are 4K ultra high definition reviews. Could they be digital streaming? It could be a digital streaming review. It could be a 4K Blu-ray review. It could be. It could be a Kaleidescape review. It could be. Could it be an Amazon streaming review? It could be. But the fact of the matter is that it is a 4K Ultra HD review. If you want to assume it's a Blu-ray, that's on you. But the review is on a 4K Ultra HD version of the movie. So for the guys that get butthurt about me not putting Blu-ray or Kaleidescape or digital streaming in the title, you got to watch the review to find out.
You won that argument. You want to know? I don't know
Okay.
why everybody's compelled to like be shitty to everybody else, dude. Like
Everybody's that, especially when you get other YouTubers
all
that
the
are
time.
assholes too. I mean, come on, man.
Man, shut up, dude.
Yeah.
For real.
And yes, I am very clear in the review that it is from Kaleidescape and that it was provided by Kaleidescape. And I even go through the file size of the Kaleidescape. And I also give you guys the release date. I have started giving you guys the release dates of the 4K Blu-ray in the Kaleidescape reviews. So, just guys being little bitches on YouTube, as always.
Ouch. I'm fighting with you right there, boy.
Anyways, let's get into this. Let's get into this movie here. This is the day after tomorrow. I believe this was shot on 35mm film. I'm sure the digital effects, obviously, they're not real. And I believe it has a 2K digital intermediate as of right now from the specs that I've seen. And what is it? PG-13. Aspect ratio is CinemaScope 235:1. And it is 2 hours and 4 minutes long. So I'm going to start this up. There is no Dolby Atmos on this. It is only 5.1 DTS HD. So no new Dolby Atmos mix. And obviously I'm going to have to turn this down really low because I know there's a lot of bass in this movie. Don, did you see this movie?
Of course.
Obviously, I can't play it for you guys, so we'll just I'll just describe it as we go along. But so this was with Jake Gyllenhaal and the Quaid guy, Randy Quaid.
The Quaid guy. Dennis Quaid?
Dennis Quaid, not Randy Quaid.
Randy Quaid. Randy Quaid.
He's a singer.
Shooter's fool. That's, you know what I mean?
He's a singer. Yeah, he's a singer. Okay. Yeah,
Right.
PG. So yeah, this is when did this come out? 2012?
Early. No, was it? Well,
13?
2012 was when 2012 came out.
2004. This came out
Yeah, it was
2004.
earlier. It was quite a bit earlier in there. That was a big environmental, like, part of it.
Yes. And yes, Unix super user, I do have Neural X turned on right now.
Neural X.
Neural X. And obviously I can't hear because I got to listen to Don with the headphones on. But if we're just going off the little intro scene, it's a good looking movie so far. You know, it's shot on 35mm, so there's a lot of film grain. Don, how do you feel about film grain?
You know, in the mornings it's really good. It feels very filling.
Uh-huh. What's that?
I'm not a huge fan. I mean, who isn't? Like, it's the artistic impression, you know. It's like crackles on a digital stream, you know, like it's on an album. You know what I mean? Okay, cool. That's your deal. That's your jam. But I could live without it.
Yeah, there's a lot of, just so you guys know, there's a lot of film. Oh, and by the way, this is not on 4K Blu-ray yet. So if you guys want to watch this version, you're going to have to watch it on Kaleidescape. Is it going to come out on 4K Blu-ray? I'm sure it will be, but typically Kaleidescape does get their movies before physical media. So I would venture to say maybe a couple weeks, maybe a month or so. It'll probably come out on 4K Blu-ray. And typically it looks, you know, it looks the same. There are some rare occasions where I would say the Kaleidescape version does look better. Notably, I would have to give the edge to Alien Romulus recently. I would give the edge to that because I did look at those back to back today, and I think the blacks were better looking on the Kaleidescape version. Like there seemed to be, it was maybe a little more brighter, maybe just more detail. I could tell from the Kaleidescape version, just a bit more cleaner looking. Just me, less compression, better picture quality. Yes, Kaleidescape strikes again with the early release. Listen, I'm gonna chop this down, but because we're gonna talk about other things as we go along. But right now, from what I can tell, this is a good looking upgrade from the regular Blu-ray. It does seem to be a little hot. The HDR looks a little hot, but then again, I have the overhead lights on too. Don, how'd you feel about this movie? Because I know this came out, and I think 2012 came out, maybe around the same time.
2012 came out in 2012. So
Did it really? So
crazy, huh?
my film. Oh, there goes my film
They're
knowledge.
marketing geniuses. Never seen such patience. No, I liked it. I probably liked 2012. All right. I mean, Day After Tomorrow, though, I think I probably liked that better. I thought that was a cool movie. Kind of like Independence Day. Wasn't that a Dublin or whatever? Or the producer?
Yeah. So this is from the makers of Independence Day.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Roland
what I'm talking
Emmerich.
about.
Roland Emmerich.
Emmerich. Yeah, so it had
Yep.
that fun summer popcorn movie feel. That's what it was. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It doesn't
I mean,
take itself too serious.
you could tell that some of these CG effects they're of their time. Like when they're in Antarctica, obviously they're not really in Antarctica
Right.
or the Arctic. I guess it could be. I mean, it is a lot cleaner looking, so you can kind of tell when they're jumping over the crevasse that it's on a soundstage. So the extra resolution helps you see the soundstage effects a little bit clearer, I think. Well, it's good to see this. What is it? Well, it's good to see this is an interactive channel. You guys have a good one. Oh, of course. We try to be interactive.
That's an understatement. Interactive. Man, I've just been beat up by the world lately. I'm just like, just glad to be here, man. That's it.
You know, I haven't seen this movie in like maybe 10 years, but I believe there was a good father-son dynamic in this movie, if I'm not mistaken. Towards the end, I think.
Age-old tale. A father and his son coming of age. I can't quit you, Dad.
You know, whenever I see these kind of movies and they're like in this disaster world-ending thing,
Apocalyptic.
yeah, like pre-apocalyptic, I always think to myself, oh my God, I was like, I'm just gonna hide out in the grocery store, or I'm gonna hide out in the mall or something like that, and I'm just gonna live here.
I see y'all be at Costco. Fill me up. I'm good. Clothes and cans of this and cases of that. He's only got a gain weight in the apocalypse.
I mean, that's what I would do, man.
And I actually teach classes on food storage for the apocalypse. That's the real thing.
There you go. Listen,
You can go
sometimes
to Google tactical rifleman food storage. A little heavier, a little bit more beer. Hanging out with my Green Beret buddy. Tactical rifleman.
that's.
Oh, you should.
Oopsie, hold on. It's getting a little louder in here. Oh, by the way, since Kenny might be here still, the 1212 SLs, or as we call them in these parts, the 1212 Shane Lee subwoofers.
The shitty listen.
Kenny, you're gonna have to cut Don off. These are,
Suck the lollipop.
you know, with the trend nowadays in YouTube with dual 18s and above, which don't get me wrong, I have a 21-inch here, but you might think, Shane, you got on-wall dual 12s. I would much rather have some dual 18s from wherever for the same price or a little bit more money. But these things are like 12 inches deep. You can hang them on your wall. They're only like 95 pounds, so you can hang them yourself.
Only?
If you're strong enough. And man, they are an extremely clean sounding subwoofer. I'm sure you know this already, Don. Very clean sounding subwoofer. Like I've had the dual 1212s, the floor standing ones, but just putting in the extra 1, 2, 3, 5 more on-wall subs.
Oh, that is
Ooh.
no replacement for displacement. So RBH again, best kept secret in audio, one of the best kept secrets in audio. I just don't know why they're not like household name. I mean, they make such good audio products. Their subwoofers play loud, they're clean, they're built really well.
9 inches deep.
Towers rock, the bookshelves. What's that?
So then I said 12 inches, and then 9 inches deep.
Oh,
I mean, this shallow. That's a shallow subwoofer, dude. I mean, it's still a really big subwoofer, but it's shallow. So the space is it's spread out. So you still get the internal volume as like a bigger sub. But yeah, seriously clean subwoofer. They hit. They're not gonna do like 150 dB, like at like 7 hertz, but
21.
But nobody really listens for 2.5, 3 hours at that level. This is just a clean, visceral sounding subwoofer, and I get a little nervous. I have to keep my watching to before 9 o'clock, because or after 9 o'clock I have to put in comedies or some dramatic movies to watch if I'm going to do a movie review. I can't put in an action movie because it gets way too chaotic, and the bass is just a bit not overwhelming, but it can sound overwhelming because I got so much in here.
Have your neighbors knocked on your door again to tell you to turn it down?
No, but I think they might be grateful because I went outside today and my sidewalk was shoveled for me.
Oh, they shoveled your shit?
Somebody shoveled it.
Really?
I don't know who, but I came out there. They didn't do my driveway. I wish they would have did the driveway, but they just did the sidewalk.
You're like, he's nice. He's cutting my grass. No, it looks like shit. Tighten up.
I mean, listen, they got to accommodate a little bit because I have been really considerate, I would say, to keeping my listening before 9 o'clock. I think the listening around here is 10 o'clock, but I've been keeping it at a moderate level before that.
Have you went outside with an SPL and had your wife turn it up or just cranked it and opened the door and closed and went outside and measured, see what the actual, that's how they usually rate that. They can measure a certain dB at a certain distance at a certain time, and you're in violation. But again, you don't want to upset your neighbors, man.
Yeah, I got to live with them, so for a while.
Exactly.
Their kids are not moving. They're young kids, so they're not moving out of the house anytime soon, so I'm gonna be stuck. And they just bought a new hot tub. They put it in the backyard. I saw them putting it in the other day, so they're not going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, I can't. Listen, just great sounding subwoofers. You got RB subs at your house, right?
Mm-hmm. I have one in the room right next to me. I have a kind of a hype custom, a little bit different, but it's 12-inch ported, and it has the reference driver in it, which is a monster, and an 800-watt DSP amplifier. And then, dynamically hits a lot more than that. And it goes with my powered 61 AX monitors that I reviewed on audioholics.com.
So bass should not be overwhelming. I've never seen a movie in Dolby Cinema or IMAX and been overwhelmed. Then your IMAX sucks then, because you go to my IMAX.
I tell you, I was in a theater last week and I was like, damn, that's some bass.
The beginning of Gladiator 2 in IMAX is just crazy.
Yeah.
There's so much bass at the beginning of that movie.
Yeah.
And is it overwhelming? I guess it could be for a lot of people. Like, it kind of feels a little overwhelming.
Did you review
so
that
much?
Did you review that yet? Gladiator 2?
No, I didn't. Well, yeah, I think I spoke on it. Gave a mini review last week. What did you think about it?
Well, the original Gladiator's sacred. Like, there's just movies that sacred to every man. Tombstone. You know what I mean? Like, just sacred. Braveheart. But that's one of those movies, and to make a sequel after Top Gun 2 literally killed it, it was a little disappointing. I mean, it was definitely a love letter to the original movie, like almost too much, and stuff just made too much sense. But Good cast. Denzel Washington, was basically King Kong ain't got nothing on me, but a toga. Like
Dude, yeah, he was miscast, man. I
he's
felt he was really
awesome, but
miscast.
he's awesome at being Denzel Washington. I mean, it's a good popcorn movie. It's not a great sequel, but it's worth owning or getting down the road. It's got a good sound. Yeah, it's a good picture. I think.
Yeah, so this 4K right there, guys.
Hmm?
4K Kaleidescape. Ooh.
Hey, oh,
Okay, good. Young Jake Gyllenhaal here. 20 years younger Gyllenhaal.
real 4K,
Real,
real
real youngster. Real hunk of burning love.
okay, 4K.
But yes, I concur. Listen, I like Denzel Washington, but
Love him. Yeah.
I didn't like Brooklyn Denzel in, Roman times.
I mean,
Listen, like have an accent or something, dude. Come on.
like he's from New York. I'm
Yeah.
gonna own this. You're gonna do this. King Kong ain't got nothing on me.
I did like how he chopped the dude's head off and like came out and was just like,
Nasty ass.
yeah, you gonna listen to me, guys, or what?
And chop out. I don't know, man. It just like they brought some original cast members back, and it was just then, man. It wasn't like the story wasn't great, and it just kind of popped and happened, man. It was
They,
check it out. I mean, on a 1 to 10, I give it a 6.5, 7. I mean, worth seeing. From an audio video performance standpoint, probably an 8, 8.5. It was good. I mean, for what I could tell at the theater, and I was at a good theater.
Don, why are you spoiling the movie?
I didn't spoil nothing. Oh, that's spoiled.
Listen, I liked Roman times
9
Brooklyn.
million limbs were cut off in that movie, dude. You don't even know.
We didn't tell you guys how he got from Brooklyn to Rome. We didn't tell you guys that. So
Took a ferry.
is that yeah, that was gosh. So they essentially took Maximus and split him up between two characters. Maximus was basically Pedro Pascal, where he was, how Maximus was the leader of the Roman. What's the name of the Praetorians, right?
Yeah, that
He was
reported to
He was the general of the Praetorians, and then Pedro Pascal is now the general of the Praetorians, and he was also a slave. He turned into the slave, which is essentially Paul Mescal is now the slave. So it's basically they took him and split him up between two characters. This pretty much the same exact character arc, just split up between two different characters. And not that Pedro is not a good actor. He was a good actor. He was good in this role, but the main guy just wasn't good.
Well, he like didn't remind me, like I never looked at him on, oh, that's definitely the son of Maximus. And they just do what we do in life. There goes on and turn, like they do all the strength and honor, like all the words, and he had his dad's armor on, and he hated his mom, and all of a sudden he switched over, and
I know.
And he was trying to protect her.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler, dude.
I mean, not a spoiler.
You guys knew his mom was. Yeah, it's kind of it was man. And the way they shot the movie, they shot it digitally. The nighttime scenes, clearly they used the blue filter. I don't believe they shot anything at night. I'm certain they just took a blue filter, put it on the lens, called it night. Everything looked really digital. It didn't have the same gritty feel. Oh my God, the CG's fucking atrocious.
Yeah, well, dude,
fucking atrocious, man.
Sharks, I was like, come on, dude. I felt like I was watching one of them B movies my girlfriend watches all the time, like Sharknadoes and Bigfoot movies.
The CG in this movie, The Day After Tomorrow, is better than the CG in Gladiator 2. And this came out 20 years ago. Monkeys. I don't know what kind of alien monkeys they had in that movie, but they were just like some weird.
No, weren't they?
There were some alien human hybrid monkeys in there.
Alien monkeys. just eating people.
And the sharks.
All right, spoiler alert. Yeah, that's
No,
a crazy.
I think it's in the trailers. There's sharks in the fucking Coliseum.
Yeah, swimming around with ships and how'd they get the sharks in there? And did they have freaking lasers? You know that sharks with freaking lasers. That's what they needed.
And they're battling in the Coliseum in these two wooden ships, and they're like 2 feet from each other. What is going on?
You go fly 40 feet, and the sharks. Well,
God.
All right, come on, Jason, man.
Dude, it's in the trailer. All that stuff is in the trailer. We're not spoiling anything. It's in the trailer.
So that comment right there, I agree. The director, Ridley Scott, is dude. He either like makes a classic that's part of pop culture. You know what I mean? That transcends years, and then he makes it
later. Kenny,
like he,
yeah,
late man.
What's his last movie? I didn't even like The Martian. I thought The Martian was all right.
The Martian
was his last great film.
It wasn't bad. I liked The Martian. It was a good movie.
It was good. I didn't think it was his last great film. I liked The Duel. Did you see Duel?
Duel?
With Ben Affleck and Matt Damon?
Oh, I did.
I like that. I thought that was good.
He makes good movies, and sometimes
that was good. I love Prometheus. I'm a huge fan of Prometheus.
I am a gigantic fan of Prometheus.
Yeah. Prometheus is highly underrated. He was reaching he had his own ideas of what mankind creation was, and I like that. I like that concept.
There's so many layers of depth.
Yeah.
That movie. I remember seeing that in the theater in 2012 when that came out. Like, I remember I was on vacation, or I wasn't a vacation. It was a sad trip, but so I just had nothing to do and went and saw that because I'm a huge fan of the franchise, and I was like, that was a killer movie. You know, lots of cool stuff, and the sequel or the follow up to that was amazing. I thought.
Yeah, Covenant was good too. Yeah,
Covenant was very good. I mean, I think they're talking about after the success of Romulus, which I enjoyed. I thought it was a good alien movie. It was, again, a love letter. You know what I mean? Paid homage. Fan service a little bit, but what? So what? I heard they're talking about adding yet another movie in that trilogy. Where David goes and he has all those all those colonists and the embryos. It should be interesting. Can't hear you.
They referenced it in Romulus. Prometheus. With the black, with the goo and the music. They played the music and the goo. So I like that they actually gave it a callback. So it's not like they tried to retcon it because people didn't watch it.
Like that young girl, she was in Civil War too. Like, she's a good actress. She's going to be a really good star, I think, moving forward and being some stuff. I don't know.
I don't think she has the same presence as Sigourney did in the first Alien movie.
Oh, of course, dude. How are you going to have that presence again, dude? I mean, like seriously. I mean,
I think, I felt a little weird about it because she was so young. She looks like she's about 14, but I thought she carried the movie pretty good though for what it was.
And the android, her brother, forget his designation or name, but I thought that guy did a pretty good job. And
I think what else did he have that was good? I liked Prometheus. Covenant was great. Prometheus was better. I liked The Duel. I thought that was really good. He's had some good ones. I just they might not have been like box office smashes, but they were better than definitely better than Gladiator 2.
Didn't he do Troy?
I think it was Wolfgang.
No, it wasn't Troy. It was the movie about the Crusades.
Oh yeah. No, I think that was Martin Scorsese. Wasn't that Scorsese?
No, I think check it out. What's the name of it?
Somebody will know.
Somebody Somebody got access to the internet.
Yeah, somebody know that.
Good. Yeah, it was a real long movie.
Blue Bear wants to know any plans on me getting the 1528 series in for a review. I will not be getting them in for a review, but I know somebody who has them right now.
Right now?
And what do they sound like?
Um, they're pretty much badass, dude. I gotta tell you. I mean, for what I like in a speaker, they measure very well. They've been measured multiple times now. I think Soundstage and I know Jay measured them, and a couple other people measured them, and other people I know who are known for measurements measured them, and they measure very very well. They're they need a little love to get them right, like any speaker. I mean, they're big speakers, dude. Like
Yup.
56 inches tall, 21 inches deep, and about 100 and close to 180 pounds each. They're but they're built really really well. I mean, if you like the looks, I think they're pretty dope. But some people, I mean, they don't have like fancy woods and whatnot. They come in two colors, but and the center channel is the biggest center channel I've ever had in any of my listing rooms, and I've had some big ones, big ones. This thing is massive, dude. 180 pounds. Super, super, super dynamic, like per listen dynamic. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That and that's a compliment. I mean, to me, that's a standard in that type of speaker. Very few speakers with a tweeter and drivers. Hello. Oh. Um, actually have that kind of dynamics, man. That crazy just keeps going and going. These speakers have that. Um, I can't really say I would prefer either one. I would say that size and output capability, I would probably more approximate the 1528 to be a competitor to the S7T versus the R7T, which is also an amazing speaker. But again, I can't really clearly say that because I've listened to both of them extensively, but I've never had those in my listening room on my amps listening to them. But I'm pretty sure that it'd be fight of the century. They're both very good. Is that fair enough?
There you go.
I got
There you go,
it.
Blue Bear.
Yeah, I tell you one thing about them. The per listens are definitely much more efficient to drive. But these, I mean, if you buy these 1528 towers, please don't put even a big flagship receiver is not going to really. I mean, they'll play them and they'll jam. It's not going to give them the love they deserve. These things need, I would say, 300 watts per channel minimum. Remember their 4 ohm impedance minimum, and I'm putting 600 watts on them right now, and it drives them pretty good. I mean, they like it. It's a good combination. RBH amplifiers, Class D, using the Pascal module, pretty high end, a high priced amp. It's not not crazy expensive, but I mean, I think I got a 5 channel, and they're about $7,500, something like that. But it's really really robust, well made. You know, a lot of care was put into it. But yeah, it drives the hell out of those. They're worth checking out, man. And you know what's cool is I had the bookshelves for 2 3 days till Gene came over and picked them up, and those bookshelves are monsters. And I would absolutely compare those 100%, like fully confident in saying this, with several mid-size to smaller to mid-size tower speakers all day long, and it would probably embarrass a few of them. The thing's awesome. It's just big, strong speaker, and just Gene and I have just cranked. We put him to his place, and we put power on him, and just turned it all the way up, man, and just nothing breaks up, nothing like crazy dynamics, man. So if that's your jam,
I'm gonna start a poll. So look at that. See, they're getting some free press right now on my channel.
who?
Arendelle.
Just ask me, dude.
No,
I don't want to be a paid shill because they haven't paid me a damn dime. And I'm not. These aren't my speakers. But I brought a bunch of people over here, man. Like, people on the internet. Oh my God, they're blah, 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 and the technology and blah, blah, blah. Just, I'm like, how do you know? Have you heard them? then I tell you what, wherever you're at, whoever you are, I will contact me. I'm obviously going to vet you. I don't need Jeffrey Dahmer coming here, but come to my place, man. I live in near Tampa. Great hotels, great restaurants. Weather's awesome, right? Today. It was in the like low 70s. Come check them out yourself, dude. You tell me. You may not love them. Not everybody that's come here has loved them.
I'm gonna put up a poll in the chat here. King, what is Ridley Scott's best movie? I got Alien, Prometheus, Covenant, Kingdom of Heaven.
Kingdom of Heaven. Yeah, that's the movie I'm talking about. About the Crusades. That I told you it was Ridley Scott.
Oh, dude, I can only put 4 of them. Jesus. All right. Well, we're gonna have to take Covenant out of this. What's another one that's what's another good one? Kingdom of Heaven, Martian, I guess. The Martian.
He directed the second Blade Runner, didn't he?
Oh, Blade Runner. Okay, I gotta put that in there. Okay. Blade Runner.
Oh shit, he's done all kinds of stuff, man. I'm having a brain's fried tonight.
I can't just put 4. I would say Alien, Blade Runner, Kingdom of Heaven. What would be the 4th one?
Didn't he direct Legend?
Oh, it's got to be Gladiator. I got to take Prometheus out of here.
Well, obviously Gladiator.
Oh yeah, he did Legend too. Yeah.
Legend, yeah. I mean, maybe. Well, what was life like in Florida during COVID? It was cool.
So I put the polls up. So we got polls up for Gladiator, Alien, Kingdom of Heaven, and then Gladiator, and then Kingdom of Heaven. What was the other one I put? Shit, I forgot.
I mean, I think.
Oh, Blade Runner.
Best movie of all time was Gladiator, in my opinion. It was a masterpiece, dude. Start to finish, acting, casting, story.
I don't know, bro. Kingdom of Heaven is pretty good too.
Kingdom of Heaven?
Yeah, with Liam Neeson.
Legolas.
And Legolas?
Yeah.
No, that's Troy. That's Troy, man.
Huh?
That's Troy.
He didn't direct Troy.
Well, you said Legolas was in it, but I think Legolas is in Troy.
Kingdom of Heaven, dude.
Is it?
Yeah.
Kingdom of Heaven is with Liam Neeson and
What's his name?
Legolas? No.
Look it up.
Are you sure?
Maybe not. Maybe. I don't know.
Shit. Who's in this now?
Check it out.
Kingdom. No, with the Penguin.
Yes.
Penguin.
No, he was in
Oh, Alexander. Oh, you're right. Okay, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, you're thinking Alexander.
Oh. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was Legolas. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. He was in Kingdom of Heaven and Troy.
Ooh, he was in all those movies, man. He was kind of typecast. You know what movie he was in? Elizabethtown. It's like it's a cozy romantic comedy, but I like it. It's good.
Kingdom of Heaven doesn't belong in the top 4? Are you sure?
Nah.
You don't think so?
No, dude.
In Ridley's best movies?
Oh, dude. Hell no.
Come on. Hold on. What did I put in here? I put an Alien, Gladiator, Blade Runner, and you don't think Kingdom of Heaven is in that list?
Nope.
What was your 4? Okay, what's your 4? Alien for sure. Gladiator, yes. Blade Runner, yeah. What would you put in number 4?
What's the war movie he did? Badass. Google it. Ridley Scott war movie, please.
Ridley Scott war movie.
Yeah, check it out.
Gladiator?
No, like modern war movie.
Napoleon?
No, that movie sucked. Is anybody out there like Napoleon? Because I thought it was terrible.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking bad.
Oh man, dude, I gotta break out my phone.
Ridley Scott war movies. I mean, Legend was good too, but that's not going to make it in the list.
High on my list.
Black Hawk Down.
Black Hawk Down. How did I not remember that? I'm really having a brain fart, dude. That movie's just amazing, you know. And the soundtrack for that, by the way, if you ever get a chance, like it's
Yeah, I've heard it. Yeah, I've seen it.
stereo, man. The soundtrack is really great. You know, it's good. I think it's
I don't know. I kind of like, Body of Lies was pretty good too, but that's not a classic though. I feel.
No, but he's made some killer movies, dude. I mean,
I would take Kingdom of Heaven over Black Hawk Down. I would. I think it's a more
universe, dude.
I think it's a more compelling movie.
Contact medieval reenactment fighting. I've done it for years. I haven't done it lately, but I've done a lot of it, and I love that shit. And that movie just was all right. I like it, man.
Yeah, let's see what's in the lead right now. We've got a tie for Alien and Gladiator, 43%.
They're both amazing.
I would pick Gladiator over Alien for sure.
You didn't like Black Hawk Down.
Yeah, I don't know if that was. I know a lot of people like it for its Atmos mix and the audio mix, but I don't find that an infinitely rewatchable movie.
Black Hawk Down?
Yeah.
You need to check your testosterone, dude. Like, that's not healthy. You've been a little peaked lately, man.
I would watch Prometheus way more than I would watch Black Hawk Down.
Okay.
Oh, American Gangster, man. We forgot. He did American. That's an awesome movie too, though. American Gangster.
I'm not going to argue with you because they're all amazing, dude. You know what I mean? But
I would watch American Gangster way more than I would Black Hawk Down.
I like Black Hawk Down a lot because I met one of the dudes that, not the actor, but one of the dudes in real life that was in that. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Norm Hooten, the guy one. This is my safety, sir. So I'm pretty good buddies with his son. He's awesome, dude. He's got his own line of whiskey and cigars now.
Who? Victor Wooten?
Norman Hooten. He was one of the soldiers in Somalia. In the movie, Eric Bana played him. His name was Hoot, short for Hooten, and he's the one who went, "This is my safety, sir." And he's like, "Your gun's not on safe."
Eric Bana was also in Troy.
He was.
Yeah,
He's great, dude. I love him as an actor. He was great.
I would like to get Troy on 4K Blu-ray. Atmos mix.
Yeah, it's a spectacle.
That's a great movie too. A little cheesy. Brad Pitt's a little cheesy in it, but great movie though.
That is why no one shall remember your name.
He jumps up and stabs the guy in the neck.
Yeah. Dude's a beast.
He got the little half shirt on during the whole movie. With the hair, with the braids.
Dude, man. I saw him on Facebook the other day, and he had a sweater on, like this little bitty dog. The dude that was the big guy in Troy, they got stabbed.
Oh yeah.
He's like 6 foot, 7'3" or something. He's a monster, dude. Have to shoot that.
Let's go back to Roland Emmerich film since I'm watching The Day After Tomorrow. And by the way, some of the effects in this still look really good by today's standards. I feel like CG effects kind of peaked with Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. Do you remember the octopus guy's face?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
How real that looked?
Dude, yeah, I don't know, man. I think Weta Studios, dude, with the original Lord of the Rings trilogy, really set the bar. I mean, they elevated the bar. They're like, hey, Lucasfilm, check this out. Industrial Light and Magic,
That was, what year was that though?
Hard for me to say as a Star Wars kid, but I thought the Gladiator 2 special effects, I'm like, wow. Especially on a giant screen, dude, you could see everything.
That's what I mean. All this modern day CG is just garbage. Just garbage. Everything from Marvel lately, at least, garbage.
Everything from Marvel's been garbage.
I'm trying to think of what's a recent good movie with good CG that was real, looked real. I can't think of one. There's nothing that comes to mind. That's why I think of Pirates of the Caribbean, Octopus Man's face, the way the light comes off of it, the reflections and everything, so good. I'm trying to get somebody else in the chat. Leave us a comment. What's one of the best CG movies to come out?
Come on.
Dead Man's Chest came out in 2006. Come on. What year are we in right now? 2024? CG hasn't gotten better since 2006.
I think budgets have shrunk.
Budgets have shrunk. No, they've gotten bigger. Gladiator was $320 million.
Oh, was it? I stand corrected.
320 mil.
And a few years ago, dollars and the dollars now, that might be comparable.
That movie looked like shit.
I'm old drinking hot tea, man. Not so hot now, though.
You're like an old Chinaman.
Like an old Chinaman.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry, James Cameron. Avatar movies are pretty badass looking, though, still.
They are.
Yeah.
When's the next?
But then the original also looked fucking real. That's in 2009.
Dude, when I saw that in 3D the first time, I was like, wow. I mean, I was in a perfect seat. There was hardly anybody in the theater. I was like, wow, this is the next level. I thought after that we would see a bunch of killer stuff, and just didn't.
Yeah.
In 3D, but of that level, that quality. I mean, you gotta admit, dude, on the big screen, when you saw that movie, dude, it was dope. Like, it was a crazy experience.
I mean, the new one was fucking awesome too, though. But it was like,
no doubt. There's no doubt. You know, I saw it at the theater.
I saw it at the New York City at the 70 millimeter. I saw it in 3D on the big fucking like 9-foot story screen.
Yeah, which are going away.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you get those rare, those rare places that are left standing that like people pay a premium to go to. Like that movie for Avatar 2, and people shit on it on 3D, and they're like, nobody goes and sees 3D, blah 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 blah. But that Avatar 2 was sold out for weeks.
Oh,
I mean, weeks in 3D.
But it's got to be good 3D.
Yeah, it's got to be good 3D.
3D or some shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
good 3D. Like, because I remember seeing that in the jungle scenes, dude. Everything floating around. I was like,
Yeah.
and the surround soundtrack was so good. It was a really good theater, but man, it was a cool experience, man.
Oh, and this goes back to, I know I was talking to Matt about this too, where they have the RP22 seating distance chart or whatever. What? So they have an X amount of distance between the screen and from where you sit, and the amount of immersion that you should be encompassed by your screen. But yet, that doesn't seem to apply in a true IMAX theatrical presentation. Why does it exist for the home, but not at an IMAX?
Well, I mean, the only logic I can really think of is that although to go watch a movie, like a 2-hour movie, maybe a 3-hour movie, those big screens are taxing, dude. You got to have the right kind of movie, filmed on the right, correct scope, you know what I mean, aspect ratio to really have the right impact. And if day in and day out in a theater, that this might be too much, man, because a lot of stuff's not filmed for that. I don't know. It's just something that makes sense to me, but I could be totally off, man. Think about it.
I have thought about it.
You can look. That's a panel of experts that did a lot of research, a lot of homework, a lot of discussion. We know some of them. I mean, they're just smart people, dude, and they come up with a standard. If they're gonna, you don't have to go by the standard. You can do anything you want. You write in a check. You know what I mean? If somebody wants a massive screen, I'm gonna give them a massive screen.
But I feel like at least that part of the standard should be like optional.
Okay. There's dude. I mean,
I'm just saying, you're an installer. I think you would have some more insight than I would. Like why that exists.
I mean, these are correct aspect ratios according to the size of the room, relation of the screen to the seating position. I mean, these are thought out and summarized with multiple seating positions. And if you're going to build a theater and you want to like that to be part of your process and be technically correct, which is kind of a big thing now. People like to be technically correct. Great measuring speakers, great calibration of a room. I mean, it sounds good. Then once you get it technically correct, then you can actually make some adjustments and you like it better. But um,
Okay, so the same movie, we're talking about Avatar 3D. So Avatar 3D in IMAX, 9-foot story, or you go to the Dolby Cinema, which is like 2-foot story screen. Which one is technically correct? Because there should be one technically correct
well,
presentation.
IMAX meets an IMAX standard. I'm sure things are thought out. Aspect ratio of the movie. Maybe there's different versions of the movie. Like you can stream different versions of a movie, or you know,
Okay, okay.
technically correct for that theater than the Dolby has their
Okay,
own Dolby Vision
technically,
standard that's technically correct for that.
so technically speaking, if we're at, so the screen is at a specific distance, my seat is at a specific distance, everything's being equal, screen to seat ratio, not taking into account the screen size of the IMAX screen and the Dolby screen, which one is the correct way to watch it?
I don't know. I think both are right.
What the fuck
But
is-
who makes that correct way to watch a decision? You know what
the guys at RP22 would probably know.
I mean, how many IMAX theaters are there, and how many conventional theaters are? There's probably 100 to 1, or maybe more, maybe substantially more. So, wouldn't logic dictate that the theater standard that you have? And look, it's because it's a standard that we call it a starting point. Maybe a client wants to go bigger, maybe smaller, and tighten up the picture. I mean, I don't think any of these
Okay.
professionals are really going to object that much, dude. I don't think any of them are that. They're all real world professionals that do this for a living, and they know what people want. But they
I
have
think
to come up with a standard. I mean,
I think Matt would disagree with you because I've asked him this. He'd be like, "Well, technically, you're supposed to be from a 150-inch screen, 15 foot away. So I mean, you start losing this and this."
A professional, and Matt Pose will accommodate his client to the best of his ability and within a set of standards. He's not going to do something stupid that's going to ruin his reputation. You know what I mean? But Matt Pose is a professional and really a genius, dude. You know him. Like he's a really good friend of mine, and I've worked with him on projects. I've seen him work, and I've heard him talk. And I've been in business 30 years, and I've learned shit from him all the time. Like he's brilliant. Now, I got a little old school in me, and we don't always 100% agree, and that's cool. That's healthy. It's a healthy friendship, dude. But yeah, that cat.
That's great. I know you're going to praise him, but at the same time,
No, I'm praising him.
the question is,
Boy,
why is there that standard for home? Because I hear it in the comment section like, "Oh, dude, you're too close. It should be this distance for that particular screen. It's in the white papers and blah 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 blah." I'm like, dude, that doesn't even fucking make sense because
Well,
you're gonna tell me my experience at my house is that much. Well, it's obviously it's different than being at the theater, but
all agreed. They all researched it. They all discussed it. They all probably did multiple demonstration with these aspect ratios and these seating distances, and really the cumulative amount of horsepower, brain power, and actual real world experience from the people that were a part of this. I mean, these are media professionals and high level, acousticians and engineers. I mean, dude, there's something to it, right? I don't know why that's what they chose based on experience, and I don't necessarily disagree with it. If you want to go bigger, I think you'd be perfectly fine. Whatever your aspect ratio is, whatever your room will support, your equipment will support, you know. But that formula, that seating distance to that projector and that brightness and that sound, and like whatever, man. I don't know what to tell you. You're just trying to split hairs and argue, dude, like you always do.
I'm just trying to have a meaningful
you're
discussion. I'm just having a meaningful discussion for the people that probably have the same thought process.
Man, what do you think it is?
I think just as long as I don't see any pixels, I'm good. And I have this. If I have the room, if I have the space for it, and I don't see any pixels, and I can have a nice crisp image at my whatever distance I'm at.
What's your screen? 150? Or
I think it's the way to do it.
what's your screen?
150,
And how far do your primary?
9.
Okay. I mean, it's similar to Gene's.
Yeah.
He's
Well, I think
really
Gene's like 15 back. I think he said.
He's a little further back. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
his room's 25 long by 20 wide. We worked on that quite a bit.
Yeah. So I think his first row's at my second row. I kind of I go back and forth between.
I haven't measured it, dude. I couldn't remember what it was. I knew what it was for a long time, but it escapes me.
I mean, sometimes I feel like sometimes I like the way the picture looks back there. Sometimes I like it up here. I always like it the way it sounds up here
Right.
than I do sitting further back.
Right.
So
I mean, that is what it is, dude. I mean, you can't do a platform that high and, like a real AMC movie theater or whatever brand.
yeah. Anyways, back to I'm gonna throw that little side question in there. We could probably clip that out since we were talking about clips earlier. The question is for you guys: what is the distance from your seating position to your screen? Do you like to sit closer for a more immersive feel? Do you like to sit further back for a more not immersive feel? Do you believe in these standards for seating distance, seat to screen ratio? Leave your thoughts down below and let us know. All right, Roland Emmerich films. Since we're watching young Jake Gyllenhaal right now, looking all cute in this movie in 4K. What's we were talking about, like Independence Day, Godzilla, Day After Tomorrow. There's only 3 I can think of. No, that's the only thing. Maybe I think there's like a hurricane movie or something like that.
2012 as well.
Did they do 2012?
Can't remember.
I mean, it makes sense, right? Roland.
I mean, that kind of movie. Shit collapsing and airplanes and buildings flying over.
Midway. Oh, they did Midway. Independence Day. White House Down. You're right. 2012. 10,000 BC.
That was cool.
Patriot. Dude, I didn't know they did The Patriot.
Yeah. Best movie they ever did.
Stargate. Universal Soldier.
A classic.
And a couple I haven't seen here. Making Contact, The Noah's Ark Principle, Ghost Chase, Moon 44. Where would you put The Day After Tomorrow in the echelon of Roland Emmerich films?
I mean, The Patriot would be the best.
Yeah, I probably have to say The Patriot is probably the best one too.
I mean, that's on that sacred movie list. You know what I mean? I was talking about earlier.
Patriot. What came out first, Patriot or Braveheart? I think Braveheart, right?
Braveheart did, yeah. It was 96 for 94 for Braveheart and 96 or 97, if memory serves.
I mean, I would have to say, if we're talking about Roland Emmerich films, though, probably the one everybody would probably go to is going to be Independence Day.
Oh, yeah, I love that movie. I think I was still working at Circuit City when that movie, right before it came out. God worked there for quite a while before that, and they had a loop on all the TVs. I was in the home theater department with TVs and surround sound, selling VCRs and occasionally laser discs and cameras. But they had that loop on that movie all the time, man. It's embedded in my brain, so it worked 9, 10, 12-hour shifts during the holidays, and that's all you heard all day was that on loop. It's crazy.
Welcome to Earth.
Exactly. Exactly.
The beginning of the Will Smith career in films. I think that was his first movie after The Fresh Prince.
That wasn't his last hit, though.
Oh, it wasn't. I mean, that's kind of what set him off into superstardom.
Nah, get it, hit, slap. Will Smith.
The Independence Day. I mean, Stargate was really good. Universal Soldier was really good too.
Is that Jean Claude and like
Dolph Lundgren. Yep.
Yeah.
And I think their last one is Midway and Moonfall.
Yeah.
I believe I gave those two movies 10s for best Atmos mixes for the year that they came out.
Atmos, yeah, I was like 10. Oh, okay, I get it.
Moonfall was an absolute
fun.
Moonfall was kind of an abomination of a movie, but it was fun.
It was fun. Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah.
But it, Independence Day 2. It was all right. Nah. Okay.
They didn't do 2. They only did 1.
No, they did a sequel to Independence Day. You don't know that?
Well, I know they did, but it wasn't from them though. I don't believe.
No, oh, wasn't? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, that's probably why it wasn't great.
Yeah, it was fucking shitty.
All their movies have a Don Simpson, a Jerry Bruckheimer movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Bad Boys.
On Air and all those.
Yep.
You know, Face Off. All of that. They have that theme, man. Just like Ridley Scott varies a little bit, man, but his movies kind of have a theme, but they kind of a little bit dark.
Yeah, like these are just like over the top visually over the top, high stakes action mixed in with a little bit of heart.
What are you talking about?
Roland Emmerich films,
Oh,
which is explains The Day After Tomorrow.
yeah.
High stakes, end of the world, but then at the same time trying to mend a relationship with father and son.
At the end of the world, stakes could not be higher. A man and a son. At the end of the world. Shane Lee in 4K.
You know, back to the
Voice.
people getting pissed off about 4K and 4K UHD movies. Like 4K is its own resolution, and Ultra HD is its own resolution. You ever wonder why they call it 4K UHD? Because 4K is what, 4160 by 3860 or something like that? 4120 by 3860? And then UHD is 3840 by 2160?
Man. Was showing something off in 1080p the other day, streaming something. It looked really good. Like, dude's over, he's like, dude, that 4K looks amazing. I wish my TV looked that good, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, 1080p. Like, good 1080p is not bad, dude.
Yeah.
But, Kaleidescape's game changer, man.
According to IMDb, Roland Emmerich's best films are The Patriot, Independence Day, and Stargate. None of his films scored 7.5 or better. Really? The Patriot's got to be more than a 7.5. That's a solid 8 right there.
And bunch of weenies, dude. You don't see the beauty of that movie, dude.
Patriot's a fucking 8. Independence Day's an 8.
I mean, the Patriot's over the top, but it's cool over the top. You know what I mean? Like, big and bold. You ever see Last of the Mohicans? The Daniel Day-Lewis one?
Uh-huh.
That's a good movie, dude.
That needs a 4K too.
Yeah, very much so. Great soundtrack on that movie, too.
He was best in, what is it, Bob the Butcher? Billy the Butcher?
Oh, yes. New York. The Gangs in New York.
Yeah, damn, that's an awesome movie.
That dude, he's a trip, dude. When he acts, like, it takes part of his soul and shit. He owns the roles that he does, man. So he's, I don't know if he's still acting.
I think he's coming back. I think his son is directing a movie. He's coming back to do his son's movie.
Oh, he is?
Right now, I think he makes shoes. He's a shoe cobbler in like Italy or something.
Cobbler?
Yeah.
Copies for cobblers.
Yep, he just makes shoes.
You don't remember that set, do you? Saturday Night Live.
Nah.
All right, never mind. You're young. Glenn Gary, Glenn Ross. Whatever.
Aim Small, Miss Small,
Yeah.
Mel Gibson,
Yeah.
the Grindhouse one. Damn, what were we talking about?
The Grindhouse Cinema.
Oh, Tarantino movies.
Um,
By the way, some of the effects in this, since it came out in 2004, they are a little softer than probably what you are used to from watching modern day movies. Still hold up. I think it's probably soft just to blend in with some of the live action stuff.
the
But
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood with Brad Pitt and Leo.
yep.
That movie was good. That was really good. With Tarantino.
Yeah, it was a good one. Not a movie I'd watch again, though. Over and over.
Well, not over and over. I mean, it's a good movie though. I mean, I'd watch it with a little time in between. You know, if somebody want to see it. I like it. Death Proof.
Nah, I feel like you could watch Reservoir Dogs over and over.
Which one? Reservoir? Yeah.
Reservoir Dogs is one. That's one you could watch popping over because there's funny lines in it. There's like intelligent shit that we would talk about. We would have conversations like
Right.
at the diner. That would be a conversation I would have with you.
Absolutely.
I mean, tipping is a whole thing right now. So that is
And it's not a city in China.
Pulp Fiction. That's the one you can watch over and over again.
Oh yeah, dude. No, there's tons of them. I mean, Dusk Till Dawn. I could watch that over parts of it, anyways.
I don't think that was he didn't direct that though. I don't believe.
Didn't he? No, he was in it.
I think he wrote it.
He was it. Nah, bamboozle. Love that movie.
I remember seeing that the first time. I was like, what is this, man? And then it just turned out to be a vampire movie, like midway. I was like, what the hell is this movie?
I thought it was like a good Tarantino movie, and I didn't, like, all of a sudden I'm like, wow, dude, that's crazy. That just shifted gears. Yeah, but
Salma Hayek came out on the stage with the snake.
dude, if her boyfriend husband doesn't have one of those outfits for her,
My
there
gosh.
is no God. I'd be like, honey, it's my birthday. Can you do the thing?
Goodness, she still looks fine now.
Oh my God, dude. Brr.
Yeah, True Romance. He was the writer of True Romance. That's a great movie too. Even though he didn't write, or even though he didn't direct it, that's a good one.
What about Luke?
Oh, Natural Born Killers. I know he
Yeah.
wrote that. He didn't direct it, but he wrote it.
What about Luc Besson movies? Fifth Element, Professional.
Yeah, his best one is Professional.
I don't know, man. Fifth Element always has my heart, dude. I love that movie.
I don't
saw
know.
it in theaters in '96. Yeah, like '96, something like that. It was great.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I liked it. I still like the Professional
I
better
was
though.
doing surround demos in like '98, '99, 2000. That scene where she goes out of the building and this jumps,
Yeah.
and the surrounds will go around.
Oh yeah, the cars
A
or
lot of
the
B&Ws doing that.
yeah. I still like. Actually, the Professional is one of the better looking 4Ks that you can get. It still looks like it was a modern day shot film because they shot on film.
Somewhere
92.
around. No, 92 for the Professional.
Yeah. It's a little creepy if you watch it again because Natalie Portman
Well, yeah.
is like 12. And she was trying to act all sexy.
Got that French flair to it a little bit, you know?
I was like, ooh. I was like, yeah, it's a little creepy. I watched it not that long ago.
They got
too.
a little different sense of what's weird than we do, man. You know what I mean? So, I'm just saying. But what's the last sci-fi movie you did based on that, like, novel or comic? But the guy and the girl, and they went to find some shit, and I don't know. You know what I'm talking about?
The last sci-fi movie?
It wasn't very popular, I guess. Somebody help. What was that movie called? Look it up, Shane. Luke Besson movies.
Oh yeah, the with the trains, the big vehicles.
Yeah.
Oh, the Valerian, City of Valerian or
Valerian.
something.
Yeah,
Is
sorry.
that Valerian? Yeah.
I didn't take my
God.
brain.
Yeah, that movie was
Yeah,
fucking. That movie
that
was
was
horrible. That movie was
what?
fucking horrible, dude.
Oh yeah, it was killer.
I think it was Valerian and Lost City or something like that, right? Somebody would know in the chat here.
Like the one with shit where the dude's like half wolf, he's a hybrid, and what's her name? Little
Twilight.
huh?
Twilight.
No, not Twilight. Never mind, dude. I'll think of it in a minute.
Half wolf.
It's a space intergalactic movie, and the girl is like a housekeeper, but she turns out to be a princess. Everybody's trying to kill her. All these galactic factions, and then the hero, he's a hybrid wolf or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Flies around. He's got like the
From the
skate
from the
on it.
Wachowskis.
Yeah, that movie's
Atlas something.
no. What's it? Oh, you're right. It's her
Yeah.
name.
Mia Kunis was in it,
Yeah.
and
Fox, man.
Magic Mike was in it.
Magic Mike. Yeah, that's what I was
Yep.
trying to do. Yeah. It was pretty good, but like in that same, not that good a movie, just a spectacle with this, that had better CGI than Gladiator 2. Way better.
Yeah, it did.
Way
Actually.
better. Yeah.
What was
I'll
it?
tell you that, man.
Damn, what was it called again? Atlas something?
What's her name? Just type in Magic Mike in space.
Magic Mike. So many guys. Oh, fucking bomb cutting it. Gene's talking about guys cutting their toenails in the gym.
Gene Delasala. He broke the mold.
Yo, speaking of the Wachowskis, Matrix 4.
Yeah.
One of the worst movies ever made.
Yeah, that was a pretty big disappointment. I mean, love Trinity. There's no doubt. But dude, come on. Like that's what you thought of it. I mean, it wasn't the Wachowski brothers. It was the brother. Right?
Just the Wachowskis now.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Both of them didn't do it. It was just one, right?
No, they're both chicks now, dude.
Dude, what is the odds of that, though?
No comment. I got nothing to say about that.
What is the odds of that shit happening? Do you think... Well, I mean, it was downhill after one. Part 2 was like, eh. Part 3 was like, eh. And part 4 was just fucking bad.
You know, I'm a huge Matrix fan, dude. And because of the depth in it, man. You know, there's like whole websites and, philosophies on the Matrix and debates and, crazy stuff. I mean, it's cool. Did you ever see the Animatrix? The animated?
Yeah.
I mean, it told the backstory. It was cool. I mean, yeah, it was it was good to see it, but it was made for HBO. I don't know, man. They could have done better. That's for sure. I mean, that's to me, that's a sacred trilogy or whatever. It's beyond a trilogy.
That is, I mean, they wrapped it up in 3. The ending battle in 3 is epic with all the machines and shit shooting from Zion.
Dude.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking epic.
Time to die. It's all time. Yeah, I love that.
That's good. I mean, if you want a movie with a ton of bass, Matrix 3, that final battle is insane.
When those drills drop, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. Infrasonic levels, dude. It's got to be.
Yeah, I haven't watched that in a while. I'm gonna have to watch it later, probably tomorrow.
So, dude, I got I'm probably gonna hit up isoacoustics at some point, but my 418s, I got them really dialed in now, man. But when I hump on them, they would walk a little bit. Like these things are beasts, the RTJs.
Yeah.
So I bought these blocks on Amazon. I'd bought some before to put under my SVSs in my bedroom, and they're like a composite of different foams in a block. And they kind of stink a little bit first, and when you pick them up, a little bit comes off. But they hold quite a bit of weight, and man, they've done an incredible job, like of decoupling those subs. I mean, and they're not walking. I mean, that was a $40 fix. It was they were on sale for under $10 on Amazon. It's really cool.
Oh,
Just
for Black Friday?
huh?
For Black Friday?
Yeah, I bought them, during Black Friday. Yeah, I mean, I just happened to buy them then. So
Well, you think you think do you think there's like real science with getting isoacoustics over those sorbethane pads you probably bought?
um, dude, I can tell
Aside
you.
aside from aesthetics?
All right, listen, I'm not, you know, I'm not trying to be Bill Nye the Science Guy on the internet on YouTube, but I know with everything I am, dude, and literally as a professional integrator doing tons, hundreds of surround systems, like tons, and I'm not exaggerating, in 30 years, and lots of 2-channel systems and whatnot. And I am a firm believer that isolation is absolutely improvement and critical in good sound. You know, positioning in the room, position from the wall, what's around the speaker, but isolating the speaker, man, is isoacoustics products have been a godsend, especially their center channel stands, their Gaia feet, and most you'd be hard pressed to find anybody that's heard their demo where they do the same speaker, same level, same everything with the isoacoustics feet and without. And there is definitely a difference. You can hear it's pretty clear. And even Gene's went through it, and he's like, "Yeah, I heard a difference." I mean, so
If you
can
could
I scientifically explain? You know,
if you could get the speakers, have them on just their regular feet on the ground, have another set, same spot with isoacoustics, and then another set with tensile wires hooked to the tops of them. So they're basically floating in
this,
air.
Mhm.
Do you think you'd hear a difference between the ones on isoacoustics and the ones hung from the tensile
I
wires?
hear me out. Hear me out. So imagine if you had some wires over here in the corner and one on here and two back here, and it triangulated the sound diplomatically. You think you would hear a difference of the acoustics? What do you think? Come on, what you
I,
pull out of your
because I have
ass?
seen.
No. I mean, it depends on how they're connected to the speaker. It would depend on if they had some kind of rubber gaskets or something supporting that weight that, from the metal cabinet to that metal, if it was, steel. I don't know, man.
Because I've seen people do that.
I I've seen people suspend their beds from like chains. I mean, like, saw that.
That's a different conversation.
This show is rated PG-13. Um, I I don't know, dude, but I do know that really good isolation pucks. You know, a lot of it depends on the speaker. It depends on the outriggers. It depends on how the spikes or whatever attach. Some companies like Q Acoustics go through tremendous effort to decouple their speaker from the cabinet or from stands. If you're not familiar, you go to their website and check out some of their technology. Q Acoustics really is a good company, man. That makes a great speaker. Um, and I was not paid to say that. I don't know, own them, anticipating owning them. I just like them.
Personally, I don't believe the Wachowski brothers wrote The Matrix alone. Part 2 and 3 seemed like a whole different set of writers. Matrix 3 was horrendous. Actually, I think there's a story out there that they stole The Matrix from a woman. And they just kind of expanded on the idea. I believe that was the whole thing a few years back. I don't think it went anywhere, but apparently she wrote like a story about basically, essentially, The Matrix, and then somebody stole the idea, and then they turned it into a fucking Keanu Reeves movie. I mean, you hear that all the time, but I know that was it was kind of a thing for a while ago. Some writer wrote something similar, very similar to The Matrix. I don't know if you guys have ever heard that before, but
The Matrix, like, you could tie The Matrix to a lot of stories, man. You know what I mean? It kind of follows that. I forget there's a formula that writers have been writing for thousands of years about the hero and the story and the villain, insurmountable odds that when all the chips are down, they heroically come back. I mean, it it has a lot of deep rooted things, and you should check it out, man. Check out some of the philosophy of the Matrix.
The what do you say? The stolen woman story was a hoax. Oh, okay. Maybe I didn't follow the story all the way to the end, so I guess it's a, I guess it's a hoax. Piper Boy, the movie Bloodshot with Vin Diesel sounds insane too.
It's a terrible movie too, but it sounds good.
It does
does.
sound
You're
good.
right.
It does
It's like,
sound good. It does sound good. There's always the shitty ones that have like the best audio
that
mix.
sucks, dude. Did you like the new Transformers? Kind of animated.
The movie was great. I'm gonna put it. I want to say almost tied with 1986.
Really?
I'm gonna put it at that level.
Wow.
Audio mix is just fucking horrible,
I
but
yeah. I
movie
like.
wise, it's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, Gene liked it. I mean, it was really good. My girlfriend liked it. It was very entertaining. Old school Transformers.
The trailers make it look like a Saturday morning kids cartoon.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
I think that's why the movie bombed because the trailers and the marketing was
It wasn't
garbage.
rated R, but it was enjoyable for adults, nerds like us.
Nah, but it was up there with the 1986 version. I
Did you
think.
watch Arcane?
No,
Season 1 and 2? No. Okay.
no.
We talk about Joe's streaming shows or series.
I don't listen. I don't get this. Ford versus Ferrari sounded amazing. Also,
That is true.
you think so?
I mean, it sounded amazing in parts.
Just
The car stuff.
yeah, yeah. I guess just some parts, but I didn't think like overall it was like anything special. I just thought it was like okay, there's a
You
couple
ever
race scenes in it.
Dude, there was an IMAX movie that came out in I think the late '90s, called Super Speedway. It
Yeah,
was about Mario
no,
Andretti, dude.
yeah. I remember that.
Dude. So at CEDIA 2000, I went there, and in the back corner, I'd read about this thing called D-Box. Right, it was when they were brand new, and I went and checked out D-Box, man, and sat in that seat. And they had a killer surround system, and they had like two chairs on it with that movie Super Speedway, and that was like one of the coolest experiences ever. So I went and found my buddy who's a rep, and he wound up probably becoming a rep for Florida. But that was just super cool, man. If you get a chance to check that movie out, since we're talking about great soundtracks, it's really, really good. 5.1, obviously.
Yeah. That's I think Ford v Ferrari is tied with Overplayed Demos, Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, I hate when like House of Sound, dude, New York, Top Gun Maverick. I'm like, fuck. I can watch Ready Player One because I know it, and it's still exciting. I hear it on all kinds of different systems. Not because I'm crazy, just because that's how when you listen to something different, you know how it sounds in a few other systems, a way to do it. But the Top Gun, man, and I don't think it's that great a demo, man. It's all right.
I when I did the review, I did the Atmos viewer on the Trinov, and there's not that much going on in the surrounds in the top channels.
Mm.
I was just like, oh, so you guys are just jacking the volume up loud to make it sound loud, but there's really not too much happening in it. However,
Really good movie.
However, after I got the 661s in here, and Shane came over, we did go to Teo's house to listen to his Full Cal, and we listened to Maverick on his Full Cal. I don't know how much that system costs, but it's a lot of money. Those are $8,000 per speaker. He's got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He got like seven of those bad boys in there. And
The Utopias.
Utopias, yeah,
The
you
other
get the
ones,
Utopias.
1000 series, while still expensive, they're substantially less money. You can get their in-wall
Yeah,
start for like $3,000 or something, but killer speaker, 3 or 4 grand. I can't
Yeah.
remember. I've put them in a lot over the last few years. And I like them, but he didn't really crank it much, did he?
Nah, dude. It was like,
Right.
because we were sitting there, me and Shane were sitting in the front row. And we were just like, is this supposed to sound like this? You're just like,
Yeah,
we're just like, oh, it just sounds like I'm watching TV. And then we came back to my place, and then we calibrated the 661s here, which my whole system, all 18 of these 661s probably cost as much as one of his focals. Maybe a little bit less. And that was the first time I was like, holy shit, Maverick actually sounded pretty good. After we got done calibrating it in here, I was like, damn. I was like, I kind of understand why they play it in the demos, but at the same time, it's missing a couple of things.
I think it's like you're supposed to love that, and
Yeah.
even if you really don't, like it's just that's Maverick. Yeah, I can think of a lot of better demos. I wish more people would use open range, the gunfight in open range.
Ashton Kutcher,
would
Martin
test-
Lawrence.
What?
Open range with Ashton Kutcher and Martin Lawrence.
No, dude, like Kevin.
The deer and the bear.
Oh God. Are you sure you're only drinking Bud Light?
Open range.
No, with Kevin Costner, dude.
What are you talking about, dude?
How young are you, man?
What are you talking about, dude? Ashton Kutcher.
He's
He played-
actually 62, but he's Asian. He looks like he's,
Ashton-
28.
Oh, here we go. Let me play a trailer for you.
I know.
Play the trailer for you.
There's people on here, dude. Like,
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm pretty sure. Listen, we're gonna sell some discs because you said it's Atmos worthy.
not Atmos. What?
Trailer.
It's not an Atmos.
Was that Atmos?
No, not native. I don't think so.
But if I can share, let's share it. Because you bring this up all the time.
Because it's a badass demo, dude. If you want to take people in that aren't home theater people, or even if they are, and crank it up, right? And then when that shit just explodes, that gunfight goes off, dude. It's like realistic on the right system. Yeah,
This is it. This is.
yeah. You're pretty clever.
Is this it? Is this it? Is this it? Open range. This is not it?
Outside?
You know,
Okay, Forest 101. These are called trees.
Try again, I'll be kicking your furry brown
I'm more excited than watching that. Come on,
They
man.
can pull this video off. Hold on.
What's going on?
It's still it's copyright infringement there. Hold on.
With your Swifty cup, you trying to punk me?
What are you talking about?
Yeah. But see, I like seeing Silent Bob movies, so there you go.
Oh, gosh. Invisible Man. Invisible Man was pretty awesome too. Did you see Invisible Man?
That was actually really good, dude. You're right.
Yeah, that was really good.
CGI was really good in that.
I believe I gave that a 10 when I reviewed that 3 years ago.
It's a solid movie, like much better than I expected it. I start watching, I'm like, wow, this is actually really good.
We're talking about the audio mix, the Atmos.
No, the movie was really good too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was good too. Yeah, but the Atmos was really good too.
Oh yeah, it was great. Well, like Smile too. You heard that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I reviewed that.
That's crazy, dude.
I didn't like the first movie, but the second movie.
My boy Casey, man, like got it on Kaleidescape. He's like, bro. I'm like, you haven't met Casey, man. If you'd come to the
He was
forum-
on the channel. I
know, but not in person. Casey's the bomb, dude. We should have him on again. I should have invited him tonight, but it was last minute.
Smile was the Smile Atmos mix. A lot of bass in that.
Ton of bass.
Heavy bass.
Creepy.
Wait, did you see it there or at your place?
What's that? I saw it at my place.
Did you watch it on
I streamed
Plex? On Plex?
it. Yeah. Streamed it. It was enjoyable. The Atmos was good. You know, for stream, as good as streaming Atmos can be.
Yeah, all the horror movies this year been like knockout mixes.
They get it. Like other movies don't seem to. I don't understand.
Like all horror movies this year are just like
Like,
awesome
why
sounding.
would you not have max Atmos on Top Gun? You know what I mean? Like, if there's a movie made for an Atmos mix,
I mean, that was awesome. Furiosa sounded awesome.
Furiosa was really good. I like the movie too.
I don't know why people don't go see it. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
they didn't go see Fury Road, so
Fury Road was great. I love that movie.
yeah, Fury Road was great. That's an Atmos. That's a home theater demo. That's always used to be always at shows.
We need a Mad Max 3 Beyond Thunderdome remake. We don't need another hero.
Listen, I still stand behind Joker 2. As far as good sound and movie, I still stand behind Joker 2. That is good. I
I
guarantee
haven't seen
you.
it, so I heard it was horrible.
I guarantee you that movie, that Joker 2 is going to be a movie in time. Will find a following, and it's going to be very much appreciated.
Okay.
Joker 1 and 2. Joker 1 is already beloved, but I do believe Joker 2 will find an audience in time. Because we're just a generation of people, simple-minded people, me excluded, of course, that wanted an action Joker movie. We didn't get it. We got a more cerebral Joker Harley movie. That's what Joker 2 was about. And if you were expecting something else, then obviously you didn't like it. You didn't watch it. Or you just fucking, I don't know. You got shitty taste in movies, I guess. But it's a great, you need to watch it. I hate it when there's one person doesn't like, one critic that doesn't like it, and then all the other critics pile on it, and then people don't go and see it because they think it's a shitty movie, and then you haven't seen it. It's been out for a while now. Like, why haven't you seen it? You gotta fucking see it.
I'll watch it tomorrow. I mean, based on your
You got Plex, so I know how you get your movies.
I was eventually going to watch it. So get off my back, dude. Get off my back. Watching Yellowstone, bitch.
Speaking of Yellowstone, let's talk about another horrible movie. Kevin Costner's Horizon. Have you seen Horizon?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Part one.
If you saw Horizon and you didn't see Joker 2, fucking shame on you.
Okay.
You dedicated 8 hours of your life to watch Horizon and not Joker 2? God damn, dude. Might it be one of the worst movies I've seen. I can't remember another bad movie over Horizon.
I mean, Westerns haven't been
recently.
Tombstone, dude, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh my gosh. Whoever made Joker 2 didn't read the room. Say this, you one of those people that were expecting fucking Batman's Joker. You didn't get Batman's Joker. You got Batman's Joker at the end of Joker 2, but you didn't get it during the movie.
I need therapy, Joker.
Horizon was fucking long. Yeah. So we're coming up at the end. There's so much hate for Joker, man. There's so much hate for Joker. I've seen that movie like 6 times already. I think it's fucking great. I think it's a fucking great movie.
Okay.
Cool. I think it's a fucking great movie.
Everyone, Shane thinks Joker Part 2 is a great film. Right. Yeah, man. Any questions before we, jet? So I have to work tomorrow.
Well, that's why we wanted. Fucking shame on you.
It's a free country, dude. Type away. All night you could have type away. Come on, Tolstoy. Figure it out. What you got for me, Judge? What you got for me? Like Shane, he took his alpha brain. He's off. It's a cerebral movie.
Give me a couple Taylor Swifts and me. be going at it. I could go at it. Oh, you gotta listen. If you gotta bounce, you gotta bounce. I still gotta do the wrap up of my review here.
Okay. Cool.
Actually, hold them. Keep them company while I go and refill and take a little pee
I
break.
was going to refill.
Who wants to go? All right, you go first then.
You'll be fine. Huh?
You go first then. Okay, here we go. Joker was awesome. I skipped Joker 2. Everybody hated it. Mega bomb. So you saw Joker 2 and you thought it was awesome. Probably because it got a lot of good reviews. So you went to go see it. You skipped Joker 2 because everybody hated it. So you called it a mega bomb. So you didn't actually see Joker 2. So how do you know it was a mega bomb if you didn't see it? This is one thing I hate about people in movies. They're like fucking sheep. They hear a bad review. They don't go see it because they think it's a bad review. How do you know? How would you pass judgment on something, whether it's a movie or a restaurant or whatever it is? How do you know it's good or bad if you haven't seen it? So you probably shouldn't call it a mega bomb if you haven't seen it. So your comment is null and void. Watch the fucking movie. If you saw part 1, why the fuck would you not watch part 2? Watch the movie, then come back on the next live stream and tell me you hated it after you've seen it. But don't leave a comment like that unless you've seen the movie. I don't understand when people leave comments like that. Always bothers me. Watch the movie. Who cares about box office mojo? What matters if you enjoyed the movie or not? Don't be a sheep. Don't be a follower. If you like something, you like it. If you're married, if you have a girlfriend, not everybody's going to like your girlfriend or your wife. Does that mean you're not going to still date that girl, or you're going to divorce your wife because the rest of your family don't like them or your friends don't like them? Is that what you're going to do? Or are you going to stick with them because you like them? Because the masses don't like your significant other? Are you going to fucking leave them? Because everybody doesn't like the Big Mac, are you not going to eat the Big Mac even though you like the Big Mac? Or are you going to keep eating that Big Mac? What are you going to do? Are you a follower? Or are you a leader? Fucking go watch the movie. Love your wife because you love her. Eat that Big Mac because you like the Big Mac. What's the matter with you? Jesus. You come back next week and you tell me if you like or you fucking love that movie or you hate the movie. Fucking followers. I hear this shit all the time in the comment section. It's fucking bad. It's fucking bad. It's fucking good. I love it. Whatever. Guys are such, dude. Just fucking watch the fucking thing, man.
The fuck you bitching about now?
You're missing the rants, man. You're missing the rants. When you fucking go take pisses, you miss rants. You miss rants.
Rant about your movie. That motherfucker loved the Joker too. Like, gotta have some Joker too. Come on now, y'all don't like Joker too.
Yo, listen. After I get about 4 or 5 in me, it's fucking no holds, man. We're fucking going at it, dude. We're going at it. Sometimes I watch movies just for the sound. I watch movies just for the sound all the time.
The Diet Coke of beer, you know. Bud Light.
So Byron B is gonna come back next week.
Byron B.
He's gonna watch Joker 2, because if you don't, I'm fucking blocking you the next time you come on.
Yeah.
Watch the movie and then you tell us if you like it or if you hated it.
Definitely gonna watch Joker. Yeah. 5 minutes to Joker. Not gonna be dragging down Mark. Yeah.
Listen, you can say Joker 2 is bad if you've seen the movie, but don't say it's bad if you haven't seen the movie, okay?
Never say Joker 2 is bad again, motherfucker.
All right, let me go refill and you hold court.
I'll hold court.
With your new camera.
Should I rant? What's up, y'all? So I'll just tell you a little bit about what I'm reviewing right now. That might be something worth talking about. A company called Amped America, AMPED. And a really cool guy that owns it named Boris from Russia. Like, don't you talk about my amps, Don. You gotta meet Boris. He's absolutely adore this guy. So he sent me his I think amp 2400 and the AP-1, I believe it's a preamp. It's not a streaming, but it's a 2-channel preamp with balanced inputs, outputs. It's not cheap stuff. The amp is about 5K, and the preamp I think is about 3,500K. Don't quote me on that. Check it out. But man, I'm telling you, this amplifier is a monster. It's 400 watts per channel in 8 ohms, and it's 800 watts per channel in 4 ohms. And I put it on, like I had those Arendelle bookshelf, the 1528. I hooked that amp up to it. And those things just absolutely lit up. I mean, lit up. I was like, wow, this is a powerful, played a lot of demos, super clean. You know, I'm not the effervescent flavor and the added in the sound stage of this amp. The amp did what it's supposed to do. It amplified the sound very strongly, great bass, great clear mid-range, fantastic highs in a monster type way. And then I hooked it up to kind of one of my reference speakers. They are Dolly Epicon 6s. They just recently got replaced with the new Epicor 7s, I believe, but 5 ohm speaker, amp lit them up. So worth checking out if you're looking for if you're just looking for a great amp. Then they have a model a little bit less money that I think's $250 a channel in the 8 ohms and $500 a channel in the 4 ohms. Anyways, good stuff. Gonna have it. Gene's gonna measure it here soon, and we'll report on it. Look, I hear Shane just telling about the amp. You got some of that too, don't you?
Yes, indeed. You know, if there's one thing I like and I love about being on YouTube, and not so much the audio community, but the movie watching community, is that they're all so passionate about what they. I mean, it's audio people too. Let's be real, but the movie people, they get so passionate about their movies. It's always like it's my way or the highway. It's like, why can't we have, at least in the comments section, a nice discussion without having animosity and really negative discourse in the comment section if you don't like something or whatever? Why is there always so much hatred, especially when it comes to movies? Have you noticed that? If not, whenever you start your YouTube channel up, you're going to notice it. But
I did.
It gets a little fucking crazy sometimes.
When I start, wow, why would you say that? That's horrible, dude. You know, I started my YouTube channel. Digital Don AV. Dude, you're a dick.
What'd I miss?
What can I comment? Nothing. I was just talking about reviewing that amp, man. That's a badass amp, dude. That thing's got tons of power.
Oh, amped.
Yeah, the 2400, same one you have.
Yeah. Yes, Dread is amazing in 4. Listen, if you could watch it in 3D with Dolby Atmos, best way to watch it.
I can't, man, this thing. Anyways, Dread.
Don't talk about Joker 2. Don't talk about expensive cables to Gene.
Oh, dude, I talk about expensive cables all the time, Gene. What the hell?
He actually hasn't done a cable video in quite some time.
Nah, dude, just let it alone. Look, man, good cables or there ain't a damn thing wrong. I mean, as long as you're not going crazy, dude. I mean, but even if you go crazy and you spend $700,000 on speakers and, you know, 400,000 on amps and special rooms and acoustics and whatnot, you want to put badass cables on it. Well, I ain't gonna stop you. You know, if you think it makes a difference, it looks badass. You know, and the little cable lifters, it looks like a hot rod with hoses. Do what makes you happy, man. Do I think? You know, I know dudes are on here yelling on YouTube and shit about it, and you know, you think you can stick a fucking hanger from an amp to a speaker, and it's going to sound as good as a really good, well-engineered speaker cable, then, dude, it's like the wet behind the ears. Like, I don't care. But
How dare you?
and if they look good, they look good. How dare you? Whatever.
How dare you debunk speaker cables? Oh, look at that, dude! You can even see the film grain in this video. Can you see that?
What's that?
You can even see the film grain.
Yeah.
If you guys want to see, you know, what the 4K Blu-ray is going to look like, it's going to be grainy, because that's grainy, and I'm pretty sure that's coming through in the video. This is 1080p, so very nice. Oh, really? Still a great looking movie. I still vouch for it.
Oh yeah.
Speaker cables. I got fancy cable. My cables are like $6,000. I love when I do like speaker reviews. I like to say, listen, I'm using this amplifier with it. I'm using this streamer with it, and these are my speaker cables with it. I always like it when it's like, I know $6,000 isn't like a whole ton of money in the grand landscape of speaker cables, but I think for the masses, it's probably more than I should probably hook up to a pair of ULACs.
Dude, that's insanity for only a certain portion of audio files. But dude, I've been doing this, like I said, way too long, and I've been into this the whole time and had tons and tons of systems and put tons in. And you know, dude, they sound good. If you got really good speaker cables, why not use them all the time when you're not change it when you're testing speakers? You know. And if they look cool, again, I told you, presentation, man, I think it's important. Have some pride about yourself. You know, hide the wires, groom everything, make it look good. Position your speakers, like love it, water it, nurture it, feed it good.
You know, this goes back to my little rant about being a leader and not a follower. If you like pretty looking cables, whether it's, you know, $20 or $20,000, just buy them. Fucking buy them.
You know, I argue with Gene. I've heard the difference in, especially interconnects. I used to do a demo years ago with transparent and monster cable, dude, which, you know, entry level, but it was still a decent cable in the entry level, you know what I mean? And would do demos with really high end gear, Wilson Sophia's, I think we were running. And I think it was Lynn Electronics CD player. And I let people decide. I'm like, I don't want to give you placebo. Do you hear a difference? I guess I did saying that, but whatever. They heard a difference. I heard a difference.
What did you think of the new Skeleton Crew TV show?
It's trash, dude.
What?
Yeah, I don't like it at all. You like that?
You didn't like the show?
I mean, it's all right, dude. I mean, like Saturday morning, it didn't blow my skirt up.
Wow. Okay. I liked it. I didn't love it, but I liked it more than Obi-Wan and Ahsoka.
I like Ahsoka
and,
better. But
and
I was
Acolyte.
So I like knew the characters and stuff, you know.
You fucking liked Ahsoka?
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was killer.
You probably liked Acolyte too.
No. I mean, some of the fight scenes were kind of cool, but no, I didn't like the Acolyte. And it, you know, and Trinity was only in it a short time, man. It's kind of a bummer.
That was a fucking horrible show. The Acolyte was a fucking horrible show.
It was. It was not a good show. I agree. And
Obi-Wan was a fucking horrible show, except for the Darth Vader fight.
That's exactly the space shit. Yeah. However, I did love The Mandalorian. I even liked the last season. I know people bitched, but I really like it.
Mandalorian, he wasn't even in the fucking season. He wasn't in fucking the last season.
About the show, dude. The fucking TV show, The Mandalorian.
Yeah, season 1 and 2, great. Season, 3 and 4? I mean, season 4, he wasn't even in that shit. I was like, yo, where's the Mandalorian? He's not even in the fucking show. It's a show.
He was in Ahsoka.
He was in there for like an hour. I was like, dude, what the fuck is going on with these shows? But then I like the Skeleton Crew because we got a little bit of musical flavor of Star Wars.
It was the Goonies in space.
It was the Goonies and a little bit of E.T.
A little bit of ET, yeah.
I fucking dug it. I
Okay.
dug it.
Cool.
I dug it. It didn't feel like it was shot on a soundstage. It looked like it was shot in location. Well, not necessarily location, but in different environments that weren't semicircles. So it looked like they had legit sets built for these specific environments that looked expansive, and the CG expanded the visual scope of what we were looking at. Yes, it was a little bit Goonies and E.T. A lot of the locations, I felt like the whatever that planet was they were on felt like whatever the street was on E.T. I felt like that. So it felt like the family environment was there. And I could see they're making the little girl be the leader. That's fine. And
This felt too artificial.
I felt like they're going to explore space. The kids are going to be lost with Jude Law as the Jedi. They're going to go on some adventures. We're hopefully you're going to hear some more actual Star Wars John Williams-esque score in the show, because
Little hints of it.
little hints of it up until since what show has had that? None. There's been no Star Wars shows with any John Williams score in it, except for this one.
But no, Obi-Wan didn't have it had a little bit.
I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I don't think so.
That fight scene with Vader though, that was pretty dope. You gotta admit that.
That was like the best thing in Star Wars,
Yeah.
and probably Grogu. But I think this show, as long as they can keep it up, I think it's gonna be a hit, because it's the guy that did the Spider-Man trilogy, Homecoming, etc. And I think he's got a feel for keeping things with the emotions and the family and the love shit, and then the action, the visuals. I feel like he's he's running the show, and then we got some good directors doing the show as well.
Is that Jude Law?
Jude Law is the Jedi.
Yeah, he's a good actor, man. I like him. A lot of stuff he's in.
So I think, like Super 8. Remember Super 8? You saw Super 8, right?
Of course.
It's got that same kind of Spielbergian feel to it.
The Super 8 was a Star Trek guy. Little short dude. Beastie Boys fan. Bad Robot.
Bad Robot.
The guy directed the Star Trek reboot.
Oh, yeah, JJ.
JJ.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's got, the show looks like it could have been shot by him too.
Yeah.
So I like the look. Like, it feels like the new trilogy, the latest trilogy from JJ, stylistically.
Yeah, I didn't really care for it, but I'll certainly watch it and give it a chance because it's Star Wars. I mean, I'm fucking Star Wars drone. I'll watch it all. But they're like, I'm not watching that. It's like the Lord of the Rings show. That show's season 2 is just freaking amazing, dude. People are like, oh, I'm not watching it. It doesn't. Well, then don't watch it, dude. Like, you're that much of a douche. Like, that's really, you're going to deprive yourself of a really cool freaking experience because, I mean, you'll know the characters just because they're not doing what you imagined when you were 13 in your brain. Just enjoy it, man. Enjoy the media, dude.
I think the show's gonna be good. I'm hoping. But why do they gotta keep with the 25-minute episodes?
Dude, yeah, and you get like hardly any. Yeah, like remember when shows used to have like 28 episodes in a season, like Star Trek Next Generation, or a bunch of shows did. Babylon 5. I mean, you get a season, there's like 20, 30 episodes in some of these shows.
Yeah.
More.
Back in the early 2000s, Friends, Seinfeld, 24 episode seasons, 28 minutes. Listen, if Disney was like, all right, this is the new Star Wars show, it's 25 minutes long, 12 minutes of fucking credits. Okay, cool. Yeah. But give us 24 episodes.
They have a lot of credits on that show, dude. Yeah. It's funny you mentioned that because I was watching it the other day. I was like, trying to skip forward. I'm like, Jesus, that's a lot of credits, man. I'd like to thank my uncle and my dog and the puppies, Spot. And, like, wow. A lot of people made that.
Because it's always like the episode starts to get going. You're like, oh, all right, we're getting into something. Cliffhanger. It's like, oh, you just lose the momentum. You got to wait another week for the next episode.
I've been sick as a dog for the last couple of days. I heavily medicated with Dayquil, so I'm gonna have to switch to NyQuil in a little bit.
Is that what you're doing right now?
No, not right now. But I'm just saying, I'm a little brain fuzzy tonight.
Did you see? Was the Agatha? Did you see Agatha?
In what form? The movie?
The show.
Agatha.
The Marvel show.
The what show?
The Marvel show.
Mobile show?
Marvel.
Oh, I did not.
Agatha Harkness.
Oh, okay.
No, okay, no.
What's the one with like the horror with like all the werewolves and shit? They did like a little short on it. I think it was Marvel.
Yeah, it was like a little short episode. It was a black and white episode.
No,
it was alright.
Agatha.
Mm-hmm. It was alright. It was okay.
Marvel kind of lost me, dude. Like they had some really bad shit. Like it just like the directions they went in were just pretty nuts, dude. Some of it, like Doctor Strange, the sequel to that, broke my heart because the original Doctor Strange was like one of my favorite movies out there. It's a killer, I think. And I thought part 2 was just wasn't good. Remember that?
Yeah, Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is awesome in 3D. So we are at the end of the day after tomorrow. Look at that. That's the money shot right there. Wait, is this the end? No, this ain't the end, is it?
Look, we're starting the water.
We're towards the end. I think it's a good looking movie.
Water's still not iced up. It would be all right down here.
I felt weird because it was like after they left the mall or whatever at the end of this movie, it just seemed like the rest of the world was kind of normal.
Like on the bridge of a spaceship, man, in the theater ring. Good spot to be, huh?
Da, da, da. I'm just consensus is it's a good looking movie. It's a good looking movie. I think it's worth an upgrade if you have the Blu-ray for sure. HDR looks to be probably a little bit hot. Very grainy. If you don't like film grain, you're probably not gonna like the way this movie looks. It still has the original 5.1 DTS HD track. So no Atmos. However, I did listen to a little bit of it earlier on, and ton of bass, and it does upmix really well Neural X.
Neural X.
So right now it is on Kaleidescape only. I think it's on digital streaming, not on 4K Blu-ray. I'd be very surprised if they came out with this movie with a new Atmos mix on Blu-ray. I mean, if so, that would be really cool because I feel like this movie would benefit from a new Atmos immersive mix. But at the time of this video, it's only in 5.1, so you're kind of stuck with that for now. But I think it's a pretty nice upgrade from just the regular Blu-ray. So did you go and see Wicked?
I saw the Broadway show, but I have not seen the movie yet. My daughter went and saw it with her mom. They said it was great.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a good movie. I saw it. It was a good movie. I enjoyed it. I only half dozed off towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes where it's like some of the because it's a musical. Some of the music I was just like, oh shit, this is fucking not catchy. You know, when you kind of do, you're just like half asleep. You're like, but you're kind of cognizant of what's happening in the movie. until the music stops and you're like, okay, let's get back to it. That only happened to me about once or twice in the movie. So
I want to see him make a movie for Hamilton, because that show really, really good, man. If you ever get a chance to see it, like the full Broadway production in a really good venue, it's killer. Really like engaging. Like you watch the whole thing, and then when it ends, you're like bummed. Do you know what I mean? Like some shows, you're like, oh, is it over yet? Not all shows, but some shows.
Oh man, well I saw it on Disney Plus. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
But like a film version.
yeah, like a movie would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know, and really good soundtrack. Some of the singers and actors in that were absolutely phenomenal, especially the original cast. But even the show I saw, they were just as good. They were amazing. No, you ever go to Broadway shows? I mean, you live right there by New York.
I've only been to whatever they do with the Christmas time show.
Rockefeller.
Rockefeller, yeah. I've been there. Whatever that big show is during the Christmas time, I saw that.
Um,
And I did see the Blue Man Group
oh, did you?
with the drums and the paint. I saw that.
Yeah, I bet that was killer. You know what's really cool to see too is if you get a chance to Cirque du Soleil. I've seen a couple times they over in Disney. That's a question I had for you too here in a sec. I forgot I was going to ask you. But that Cirque du Soleil is great. I want to go to Vegas and see the Love, the one for the Beatles one, because I love that soundtrack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. But so, you know, you get to go to two brands of Disney park, unlimited access for a week, unlimited rides. They're going to control the crowd, so there's a few people so you don't feel weird, but you can get on anything you want pretty much when you want. You're going to go to Disney, you're going to go to Universal.
I when I went there, I liked Universal better than Disney.
Bing,
Yeah,
bong.
it was better. It was way better than Disney.
I really dig. You know, it's like
Disney's for kids. Disney's for children.
Huh?
Disney's for children.
Disney's just like Universal, cool, dude. Like Harry Potter, you going through the crack in the wall, and they got dragons and shit. And I mean, it's crazy.
Well, they got that train ride that you go to Hogwarts.
Yeah, that's killer. So
And it makes you feel like you're going on a train ride, even though it's probably like 5 feet away. But it's
one of
like
my best friends lives in this killer neighborhood, like 3-minute drive from there. But he lives in this hidden area. Then you go out and he's got like this beautiful ski lake, man, like pristine. And you go out in his dock and you look over and it's Harry Potter with the rides and the roller coasters and shit, and you know, fireworks at night. It's pretty killer. But yeah, I would say the Disney parks, although are good in certain ways. I mean, they're good, little kid parks. Islands of Adventure is more of a young adult and really an adult enjoyable park. I think it's just fun. Plus, they have open bars, but
you're right. You get open bars.
I don't really drink much anymore, but
Don on Shane Lee's channel said open bar, guys.
well, sorry. They're open to the air. Now, they got some cool, like the Dueling Dragon Land, and like this restaurant and bar all situated in like this crazy Lord of the Rings tree, like you're in a tree thing, Hobbit shit. It's nuts, dude. I like both those parks. And they got City Walk with a full THX certified IMAX Dolby cinema. It's considered one of the best cinemas in the world. And all kinds of restaurants and stuff. It's a good vibe, man.
You know what? When I went to Disney World, it was Disney World, and we walked in and we saw the castle, the Snow White.
Right.
Is this the Snow White castle? It's a dingy looking castle. Have you seen it? Well, you're in Florida, yeah.
A bunch of times, yeah.
It's like dingy. It's like dirty looking.
You know what's cool though? Is at night when they do the projection mapping.
Yeah, it's cool, but you go up to it, you're like, why does it look so dirty? It's like dusty looking. It's
Cat, you need to face this.
Yo, pressure wash that shit, man. It's fucking dirty. Because you watch the intro to any Disney movie, it's got the nice pristine castle with the rainbow and shit. You go there and look at it, you're like, dude, fucking watch that shit. It looks like you're in the slums of fucking Florida. It's bad.
Slums of Florida, slums of Connecticut.
Slums of Connecticut too. Looks like it came straight from the slums of Connecticut.
Plenty of slums here. At least you don't have Florida Man.
Break a fucking Swiffer out and fucking dust that shit, man.
You know what Florida Man is? You've heard the word Florida Man. Everybody talks about Florida Man, right? They even had a show on it. It wasn't very good, but all the weirdos through the whole country migrate to Florida, dude. Like it's like a magnet for just oddball people, dude. Like and a whole lot of people from Connecticut, and New York, and Michigan.
Well, I know the old people retire there because I know it's good for your bones in your older age.
Oh, dude,
that's my understanding.
December 5th, and right now outside of my house it is 57, but today it was like 69, 70. Beautiful, not cloudy sky. And it'll be like that. We're getting a cold front tonight. It's going to get down to 38, so we're breaking out the firewood and the parkas.
Fucking boo hoo! I was shoveling snow.
Like hot.
I was shoveling snow outside.
Talk about the bath and hot.
I got my mini fucking split. It's jacking up to like 84 degrees in here right now, so I'm like partially sweating. I walk out to my kitchen. It's like 62. No, it's like 50. It's like 52 in my kitchen. So I've been like bunkered up in the theater like all day. I've just been roasted in here.
Good for you, man. Does the air conditioning work when it's hot?
Yeah, of course. Come on, man.
Are you comfortable?
Of course, man. Fucking snow sucks. You're lucky you guys ain't got snow. Snow is the fucking worst.
Put your equipment in a different room. See what a difference that makes? What a difference.
Yeah, it's in the basement. It's quieter.
Yep.
Less heat.
The equipment has a better environment to live in. You got good ventilation where you
yeah. Yeah, it's downstairs.
When we do big systems, we always did a BTU calculation and design so that we have all that information for architects and whatnot, and it covers your ass. I mean, we put on the home builder usually to provide proper ventilation. You never want to run an air conditioning vent into a room with a rack, because all that does when it's hot is just blow cold air in and mixes it together and it warms up.
Yeah.
So it's not really much of a help. And then when it turns off, it gets super, super hot again. What you want to do is at least put a AC return and then a little bit of a gap on the door for the closet leading to an air conditioned area like a house or whatnot. And using convection, it'll slowly pull cooler air from the bottom, and the return will pull it out. Ideal is a fan, like a really whisper quiet, like a bathroom fan or one of the various different brands of aftermarket, fans specifically built for that. That actually dramatically helps. You don't have to put a bunch of fans on the equipment. It really, unless the only way the fans on the equipment are really, really super effective is if they're right on the equipment, which is, I'm not thrilled about ever. Or you put fans on the top of a rack and then you enclose it. You enclose the back and then you enclose the front of it. But that's a much more difficult proposition trying to do that. But
mine is on the first floor. It's always like 55 degrees down there all year round. So everything stays everything stays cool. So I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, that's the biggest fear of any Floridians, the air conditioning going out. Yeah, it's hot down here a lot.
Yeah.
Hot. Never breaks 100, but it's just hot and like swampy, heavy. When you fly out west or someplace of altitude and you come back to Florida and you hit that air off a plane, it's like soup. It's crazy.
Oh yeah. That's like when I went to Arkansas.
Arkansas.
That shit was like, It was like 101 degrees out there. I walked off that plane. I was like, oh my God, I'm melting. The fucking
It's hot. It's hot in the Midwest.
wicked witch. Hell yeah, that shit was real
But
fucking hot.
it's not hot as long as it is here. Like it starts to cool off. Usually, I mean, it varies. I know the last few years it stayed warmer longer, the Indian summer, but usually by December, up north, you know, in the northern region where you live, King of the North.
Can we talk about how charming Ariana Grande was in Wicked?
Haven't seen it?
Oh, sorry, you haven't fucking seen it.
Is she charming?
I was not. I'm not a fan of Ariana Grande, but I'll tell you, she was a little cutie in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's older. She's like in her 30s, but she did look young. I think she's in her 30s. Pretty sure she's in her 30s. But yeah, I think I'm pretty sure they're probably going to give an Oscar nomination to the other woman, the witch, the Wicked Witch of the West.
Right.
However, I feel like maybe Ariana Grande
Really?
probably deserves one as well.
An Oscar?
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Really?
It was a very well acted movie.
Really?
I find it hard to believe that not one of those two girls would get nominated for something. Yeah.
You heard it tonight. She ain't going on the record.
Going on a record. And 0 persons from Gladiator 2 is going to get nominated.
No, the original Gladiator won the Academy Award for Best Picture. Ridley Scott, did he win Best Director? No.
And best movie.
Best movie, like Best Actor for Russell Crowe, but I think they snuffed Ridley Scott on that one. I think.
I see that. Byron B. Surprised me. Byron B. You went and saw Wicked, and you didn't go and see Joker 2. Jesus Christ. You fucking kidding me, dude. Fucking kidding me, man. Are you fucking kidding me? And you saw fucking Horizon, and you didn't see Joker 2, Don? You in the fucking you in the same category as Byron B.
I'll see Joker 2 just out of boredom.
Fucking
Hopefully it's better.
fucking digital Don.
Whatever.
Don Dick. Byron bitch. Then go see Joker 2. You motherfuckers.
Oh, you're talking about people getting mad to get you, motherfucker.
You the most vocal motherfuckers in this chat tonight.
On the pot.
Tony James. Hey, fucking hell, dude. Hey, my name is Tony. Tony James, you fucking know your name is Tony. It literally says Tony James. Would you ever watch Legend of the Guardians again?
About $100. Definitely. I've been an option. I'm tired, man. I'm sorry. I wasn't.
Well, to answer your question, yes, I would watch Legends of the Guardian again. I have watched it several times, actually. It's a good 3D movie. I wouldn't watch it in 2D. I would watch it in 3D. Have you seen Legends of the Guardians of Ga'Hoole, Don?
I don't know.
The movie with the owls?
With the owls. Is it animated? Is it
Yeah, it's animated.
No, I haven't seen it. Is it good? I'll put it on my list.
Yeah, it's good. It came out years ago.
Okay. Maybe, I don't know, dude. Get over
This
here.
guy says the guy with the Swifty cup. Listen, I'm all right with my masculinity and my shit that I like. I'm showing you guys Swifty time. You guys with your Swifty cups in private. I'll fucking hold it out for you guys. So I'm fucking Swifty.
He just has it for
This right here. Right here. If you want to watch something on Disney Plus with fucking really good Atmos, watch the Taylor Swift Eras Tour. Great sounding concert movie. Maybe one of the I'm going to put it right up there with the Hans Zimmer. I'm not saying music in general. I'm saying the mix. I'm saying the mix in
Comparing Taylor
general.
Swift to Hans Zimmer. Shit.
I'm saying the mix in general.
Damn.
I'm putting it right up there with the Hans Zimmer Atmos
Like,
mix.
the fucking send me your man card. I gotta punch that shit $10. Dude. Go into the record. The Scroll of Mankind, Chain Lee, one demerit.
All these guys over here in the closet, Swifty fans in the fucking chat. That's fine. Listen,
Yeah, good music.
ain't no shame in my game. I'll hold it out here for you guys
More
right
of a
there.
Dominique C.
This holds 3.5 beers, by the way, just so you know.
Does your bladder?
What's coming up for next week? Actually, what's been going on with you, Don? You've been moonlighting, as far as from what I've been hearing. You've been moonlighting elsewhere. If we were a couple, you'd be cheating. So, what have you been up to the past month?
If we were a couple, you'd be the bitch.
No, we were here. We already established who the bitch
Take care of
was.
the kids, and I'd make the money, all that shit. No, what? Oh, because I've been hanging out with Giles, doing some stuff with him.
Pause. Byron B. He says the Taylor Swift concert film was the best Dolby HDR video I have ever seen. Okay, continue.
Oh, now he's credible. You know, talking shit. And he's like, "Oh, you see what he said? Yeah, yeah, player." What? Jedi mind tricks only work on the weak-minded. I don't know, man. What does it all mean, Basil?
You were saying that you were moonlighting elsewhere.
No, I was on with Giles, man.
Do you wanna plug something?
I've been on stuff with Michael. I mean, these are all my friends, dude.
Who's Michael?
Youth man.
Oh, okay. Oh, you were streaming?
Yeah, that's me. Youth man. Yo, can I get a G? No, Michael's awesome, dude. I just, the community, man. Aaron's a friend of mine. Do some stuff with Scott Newby. I'm gonna do a holiday show with him. I was his first guest. He's growing, living it up with Scott and Kat, and he's doing that Bass Brings Us Together. Yeah, he's the dude that's got 20 18-inch subs with 60,000 watts of power, and his shit'll hit like 155 dBs or something. Just nuts, dude. Like solid. And dude, he's put together like car stereo bass, kind of like gatherings and contests. And he's like the nicest cat, dude. Like sincere, solid dude, man. So he's good for the hobby. Not everybody gets that, but a lot of these guys are bass heads, dude. They make you look weak, man. They're, 821s and 1418s and shit.
Why are you shitting on RBH right now?
I'm not.
You shat on RBH.
How did I shit on RBH?
You just said Scott Newby made me look like shit with my bass, which is RBH.
Well, dude, it's just sheer numbers, dude. He's got a smaller room than yours. He's got 20 really good 18s with 60,000 watts of power. I've never heard it, but
I guess if he had my room, he would need way more subwoofers and more power.
You're okay. You're smart enough. Doggone it, Shane. People do like you. I mean, I'm sure you're the rocks, dude. I got 418s. I'm perfect.
I get a little nervous for Scott. I know he's not here to defend himself, but the more that he puts himself out there, the more people that comes over to his little get-togethers, the more nefarious people may go to his house.
Fucking steal his subwoofers. Like they need like a moving crew in like an hour or two. A lot of people. I don't think that's much of an issue. Plus, he's the size of Sasquatch. He's like 6'4", 270 or some shit, 280. He's a big boy, dude.
There's a lot of scumbags on the internet.
He's got a
Okay.
Glock.
This
Oh,
is not-
dude, when I invite people over, you think I don't vet them? You know, I mean, plus I'm packing and it's my house and fucking castle doctrine, bitch. Better act right. I'm actually a certified firearm instructor. I will put some lead in your ass if you come over and get all Jeffrey Dahmer on me.
Oh. Well, listen, I care for my fellow YouTube personalities, and okay, well, I hope that's the case. I hope everybody's
And Jay,
follows the golden rule.
the other, you know, superstar out there.
Listen, I won't let none of you motherfuckers come into my house ever. Never.
Probably.
Fucking never.
Even me?
Well, you're not in the fucking chat.
Okay. All right.
I fucking already met you, man.
Just want to make sure. Yeah, I need to get up there.
Uh-oh. We're going to wind up Don right now. Per listen speakers, that audio device sound mid. Oh, go ahead. Take it over, Don.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. Every per listen demo and setup I've heard jam, dude, threw down. Like clear, crisp, musical, super dynamic, play as loud as you want without breaking up. No. Even the R series, man. You know, I might like the R series sound a little better than the S7s. I mean, you know, it's a little warmer, I think. But I don't know. They measure well.
Okay.
No, whatever. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, man.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion.
I don't get all Joker too on nobody, man. You know, because they don't like something that I like. I love
the mellow.
group or listen to, you know.
We got the mellow Don. We got the mellow Don nowadays.
They're cool, man. Yeah,
This is a mellow Don we're talking to right now.
Get old, man. I ain't that fucking mellow though. Come on now. I'm just trying to be a little more respectable.
Man, this is what time is it? It's 12:30. You don't have to be respectable with these guys. They know what they're in for. They know we do the roasting.
Unless they're in like
You haven't roasted anybody tonight. I've been roasting Byron and the Swiftie haters.
Man, I just getting over being sick, dude. I got no hate right now. You know, I see more controversies like this kind of dude, fucking scientific audio man, like the Bill Nye science guy of audio. I don't know. I never knew who he was, and he's like going after Randy, the cheap audio man, fucking hardcore dude, fucking saying he's either this or an idiot. I'm like, wow, that's harsh. Shots fired across the bow, man.
Yeah. I'm not sure who you're talking about, but I'm assuming it's another YouTube
Dude, that's all you
personality.
Do is YouTube and watch other people, dude.
No, I don't watch anybody.
Always watching. Always watching. You know you are.
That wasn't anybody.
Oh,
That wasn't anybody.
we review now.
Am I reviewing? Oh, I got the Focal Evo something or another in here. I got the Yamaha 200. Was that?
You got the Evo X Towers or both shows?
Unfortunately, I got the towers.
Why? In green? Did you get them in that green?
Whatever James had, they came directly to me.
Oh yeah, you didn't like them. James loved those things, dude.
They're still in the box. I haven't taken them out yet.
Oh, dude, read James's review, dude. And you know James don't play. I think he's the best speaker reviewer out there. I mean, you know, there's other guys that are really good now, but you know, James is very thorough, and he really liked those speakers. So they're really dynamic. Well, didn't you get to hear? You heard them at Audio Vice, didn't you?
I don't think so.
No, it was a Florida Audio Expo where I heard them, and yeah, that's right. I think they had some Audio Vice too this year. You didn't go this year?
No, I heard it was whack.
What's that?
I heard it was whack.
Whack. It just wasn't as big, dude. There's not near as many people. I mean, it's been a really tough time for audio.
Is it
Oxford, dude.
Is it because there was not a lot of people there? Not as many as last year, as the previous year.
It didn't feel like there was as many people there
So okay,
this year.
so the previous year to the one that you just went to, what was missing? What was missing from that year to this year?
I think there was more vendors then when you were there in 2020.
Okay. So keep that what you just said. What was missing from the year that we were together to the one you just went to?
There was more vendors the year we were at the one together.
And
There was more people, it seemed like, there. Oh, well, okay. Obviously, Shane Lee didn't fucking show up.
okay, sorry. So you're saying because I wasn't there?
It was still a killer show. I
Yes.
think Audio Lights put together a badass show, dude. That show, you know how cool that venue is in that city, dude. But we went out with the Fidelity Imports guys and had some dinner, man, with Gene and Gene and I and his family. We went out and had some Mediterranean food, which was really good. I mean, that city of Raleigh, man, is dope. I like it. The people are cool. Streets are clean. You feel safe. I mean, I always feel safe because I was, packing.
Oh, hold on. Apocalypse Now Atmos track is crazy good. Now I know you're fucking smoking dope. When did Apocalypse Now come out? What year was that?
In 78?
78? Oh.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know if I don't recall if I reviewed that or not, but I know Apocalypse Now does not have a crazy good Atmos mix. You, sir, are false in your comment.
Hey,
Although you're entitled to your opinion, you're false. It doesn't sound crazy good. It sounds like a movie from 1978 or whatever year that was.
fucking hilarious, dude.
We're just fucking roasting. Listen, at this time of night, we're roasting people. You're being Mr. Nice. Why do you think we stopped doing the roasts? Because you weren't roasting anymore. You were just like, it's nice.
Look,
Nice.
dude,
It's nice.
if you're on Facebook, go to Roast My Rig group. I am the fucking king roaster, or one of them. Dude. Like, we just fucking tear people up, dude.
Nobody goes on Facebook. That's a toxic community. You got to stay off Facebook.
Not to me, it's not. Maybe to you.
It's a fucking toxic community. It's horrible.
Is it?
If you want to join for some toxicity, come hang out with us late at night. You can enjoy our toxicity.
There's, legitimate science and audio and design and room design and standards like we talked about earlier, and then this measurement, like, people are just nuts with this, man. Like, yeah, it's super important, but like, people are like, I heard the 8 hertz, 8.2 hertz, and I mean, like, does it sound good? Does it sound good in rooms? I mean, some of the better ones do the measurements and listen, which is super cool. But man, it's like they're creating this people that would buy just on that, man. And I still think you got to listen. Go listen to a speaker. Try to listen to it a couple where, so many people were just destroying Jay and destroying, Youth Man a little bit on the Earndall 1528s. And Mike, I'm like, dude, I'll take them and review them and do demos and really, because, he had them in a family room, but he couldn't really hammer on them like I can, because he's got a dedicated theater. By the way, it sounds amazing. But, dude, I brought these things home and we got busy, dude. Like, I mean, I threw down on these things and tweaked them, and Gene came over and we measured. Check that out, man. That speaker's legit, dude. Like, it's the real deal. If you got the room and you got the jack, because it ain't cheap, but in the world of high end, I think it's kind of a bargain.
I think they watch when we do these live streams with you to see if we're talking shit about them.
About what?
About Arundel.
Yeah, dude. I love
like
these
another.
dude.
They're waiting for some negativity coming my way.
Whatever, dude. I mean, here's the deal. I opened my house up, and that goes, anybody listening, you want to come demo their rentals, reach out to me.
Why do you think the rental hasn't been on my channel in years, guys?
We'll talk a little bit, and then we'll set up. I've had several people come. I got more people coming this month, and we'll jam out, dude. And you can decide if you like them or not, or if I'm a paid shill. I mean, I just think they're badass, dude. But what I'd like to do is get some.
Well, listen, nobody's calling you paid chill yet because you don't have the review on your channel yet. So.
Oh, okay. It's coming.
Christ.
Right. You know what I'm reviewing now too is the Focal 302 on-wall speakers. They sent me a pair of those, the real tall ones that have 4-inch drivers and a magnesium. They're like in the 300 series, even though they're technically into the CI channel, custom integration channel, like what I do. But they sent me a pair of those with the metal floor stands. So they're just like crazy, super contemporary science fiction looking things. But dude, I've hooked them up with some really good gear in 2 or 3 different rooms, and these things absolutely slam, especially if you really dial them in with a good sub. They just, some speakers just really seem to blend better with a sub. Hard to put your finger on it sometimes, but these things, man, just they jam. So we're gonna go measure them and see what kind of measurements we can come up with, and I'm gonna do a written review and a video review. Probably do a live stream. Chris, Chris Shaw. I talked to him today. Asked him some more questions about the design.
Oh, speaking of subwoofers, Martin Logan's going to send me their new little 8-inch Abyss. The Abyss.
With the multiple drivers?
Yeah, with the two side
I
by
was
side.
reviewing they're with the middle one. It's supposed to be like the more audiophile grade. Is that the Abyss?
Yeah.
With the multiple drivers? Yeah, I'd like to have a pair of those to demo in my new 2-channel room that'll be taking shape any day.
Yes. Well, let's try to have them on next. Maybe what? Maybe we'll try to have them on next week at some point in time. Just to, I know we already spoke about them. Actually, we didn't talk about the. Did they already announce the balance force? They did, right?
I don't know. I didn't see it at Audio Vices when I saw their subs.
All right, well, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the balance force. We'll have them on talk about the balance force because I think they look like the Abyss, but just bigger.
Historically, the balance force has been one of the best subs in the world, in my opinion. They're, for what they are, their size, their output, their absolute musicality, like they're just really good subs, man. Don't you agree?
I love the subs. Yeah, I almost bought them. But I reviewed them 3 years ago, 4 years ago now. I was afraid to buy them because I knew they were going to come out with a new one, but that was like 4 years ago. So technically, I could have had them for 4 years.
I don't know if they don't get a ton of press because they're pricey. I mean, they're like $6 grand, $5-6 grand, more. I don't know. They might have went up. I haven't sold any in a while. They're expensive.
Well,
they make the 10 and 12, right? Like,
well, I think when the balance force first came out, YouTube really wasn't a thing. You know what I mean?
No, it was mid 2000 or early 2000s.
Yeah.
It's another.
However, when I reviewed them, I got like 50,000 views or whatever, so it was like the most on that subwoofer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
So I mean, that's good for them.
A killer sub, man. Yeah. The Paradigm. Same parent company owns both, but the Paradigm Persona sub is another. I mean, it's expensive. Like, I think it's like 12 grand. I could be wrong. But that's a killer sub, dude. Paradigm just makes killer speakers. I've been jamming out on some more lately, man. I like the Founders, the Personas. I mean, their architectural stuff's really killer too.
I feel like with the Paradigm speakers, I feel like they're in this space where like per listen exists, and maybe the Focal exists where they just get overshadowed by them. You know what I mean? As good as they probably are.
No, they really are. Like
I feel nobody talks about them.
I don't know why, dude. Like that Founder series that they have is a really great value. It's a really, especially the 120 towers that have the powered bass modules. Those things hammer, dude. They play loud and clean. They're very musical. They're pretty flexible in a room. I'm a pretty big fan of those, man. Actually, I even like the way they look.
Yeah, it's tough because they got super good looking speakers. I just feel I feel
You
like
know,
nobody talks about them. Like nobody ever talks about
you
them.
like the way they look.
The
Founder.
not the founders, but whatever the high end one
Oh,
is.
the personas. Oh,
The
those are
personas,
dope.
yeah,
Oh, those are super. You seen all the colors you can get them in?
yeah. And then
Like,
that subwoofer with
yeah, the
the
persona sub with the 3/8 in it.
yeah the octagon shape or whatever it is.
That thing hammers, dude. It's got to use some kind of bleed over technology. I could be wrong, but from the balance force, but it's a beautiful like a jeweled work of art, dude. That's I mean,
I feel like they don't send them out to people, or people just not interested for some reason.
no, buddy of mine's a dealer here in town, and company I work for is a dealer now up in Gainesville, Sound Ideas, and I've got to hear at my buddy's house. He's got the big Persona towers. He's got some of those subs in his theater. It's it's the real deal shit, man. It's good, good kit. Highly recommend.
Got my SVS 17 Ultras about 2 weeks ago, and that's a great sub also.
Sure it is.
I got them right here sitting in the Kona. I really gotta hook these up to knock these out. I've got so many subwoofers in for review. I just been fucking slacking. Been motherfucking slacking this year. I gotta pick it up. I gotta pick up my reviews this year for sure. I feel like I've been skirting by my video reviews this year.
How many 12s do you have in your room now?
I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5 12 SL Shane Lee subwoofers.
12 there.
I've got 2 12 floor stander subs.
14.
And then I've got the 121.
So you got 14 12s and a 21. That's a whole, and really good 12s, not just 12. Really good 12s.
Yeah.
You got a lot of bass. And I heard you got the 21 all turned all down and shit, man. I'd be blasting that shit out, dude.
Nah, man, I crank that shit during the day. I crank it during the day.
Do you?
Hell yeah, crank that shit.
It's one of the best subs ever, isn't it?
Alien Romulus? Whew. Smile 2? Damn.
I mean, not all 21s are created equal, you know?
It's
not all 18s are created equal.
it's not 150 dB, but it's very clean. It's very sharp.
If you had a bunch of them, it would be. Yeah, but it's
But
a good,
yeah,
it's tight. Like it's like super like the slam from it. I like, dude.
yeah, it's super clean. But no,
Uh,
but guys, you don't need 150 dB in your house. You're not gonna watch movies at 150 dB. Your eardrums will implode by the time the end of Edge of Tomorrow ends its fucking 30-second intro.
Dude,
You want
Scott,
clean, sharp bass at a moderate level with infrasonics at a moderate level. Keep your bass secondary to your speakers. For the love of God, get some fucking good speakers first.
preach.
Please.
Preach it.
Please get good speakers first.
That'll
I
cut
see
through
I see
the bass.
so many of you guys with the shittiest fucking speakers, and then you spend 60 grand on subwoofers, but you have Klipsch RF or PF tower speakers
All clip shitty.
compared to the subwoofers. Yeah, you get the best subwoofers you can get. I see this all the time. It's on Facebook. It's on AVS. It's on the fucking forums. There are so many of you guys out there that drop so much money on subwoofers, but you drop so little on your speakers. mind-blowing to me. And then I see these monstrous subwoofers and a 65-inch TV. That blows my mind too. Absolutely. Listen, everybody likes what they like. Okay, I get it. But God, man, get some fucking good speaker. Get some good speakers to go with your good bass. Take care of your speakers first. Bass is fucking lovely, but it's not just about bass. You gotta fucking have the audio to go with it. Drives me nuts to see that stuff. I'm sure Don maybe feels differently, but I feel like you should have your speakers should probably cost as much as your subs. I mean, come on, guys. All right, Don, go ahead.
No, dude, this dude's like all butthurt on this roast because I said your system's the shovel shit show. He got mad. You're not supposed to get mad on a roast group. Like, chill out, bro. Yes, it's important to get really good speakers. I see a lot of people because they have to be able to keep up with these monster subs. But I agree with you, Shane. I've got 4 RTJ 18s with 2,000 plus watts going to each one. And when I have the RBHs in here, up at the bottom half of those is dual RBH 12 with 2,400 watts speed to those. Now I've got the bigger Rendels, which have 4/8. I mean, I like good, strong, but I like accurate. My bass is just dialed the fuck in right now, like dialed in with those Rendels. I spent a lot of time. Gene helped me out, little tweaking here. It hit like when I'm watching a demo like Ready Player One. It's just super clear and clean in the bit, but the bass when it's timed and it disappears. Like a lot of subs, people have a lot of bass. That bass will kind of linger before it like.
Yeah.
Boom, you know what I mean?
It's muddy. It's muddy bass.
Muddy. Well, yeah, it's absolutely muddy, but the decay on it's just really.
I think a lot of people like that. I think a lot of people like muddy bass, and they that impresses them.
I think they just don't know because they're trying to take their systems and make them be more than they are instead of adding more. I do 2 subs in the front of my place, 2 subs behind me. Balanced in, it's perfect, and it's plenty. If I crank it, dude, it just hammers. That's why I like a dynamic speaker. But you're right. I've either got the giant RBHs or these giant Arendals, and so I mean, no teeny tiny speakers in there. I mean, vocal Canta 2s in my bedroom.
Okay, it's fucking you're name dropping now.
Well, I like them. That's one of my favorite speakers.
Fucking
a little bright.
Fucking elitist. You're an elitist. That's what you are.
Dude, I hope there's no lightning in Connecticut right now because that come through your mic and burn your head. Dude. This guy's got like the storage department at Best Buy in his garage, dude. You don't even know. Like, I got 2 of those. Yeah, what do you need?
For the love of God, guys, pair your pair your $80,000 worth of subwoofers with some good speakers. Good God, man. But I think that's gonna wrap it for us, man. We're coming up right at 3 hours. It was fun though. We got some good material from you guys. I got to watch Day After Tomorrow in 4K. Very good upgrade. So if you guys, your disc guys, your physical media guys, you guys got something to look forward to. We got some nice clips from Don about distance, seat to screen distance, and we got the roast Byron in the chat tonight.
Yeah, Byron's a good sport.
Got to roast a bunch of you guys for hating on Swifties.
Not the center channel. Defy conventional wisdom. The most important speakers are the left and right.
The most is the center.
But that's not what the books say. Because how good would a movie sound if you only had a center and no left and right, versus if you only had left and right and no center?
But then you wouldn't have any dialogue.
You'd have tons of dialogue. All you just said it to Phantom, dude. Boom.
If you had a 5.1 setup and you took the center out, you wouldn't hear nothing. You would just hear like Pew, 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 pew.
Not if you said it to fan. Dude, shut up.
If you go to the movie theater and they took out the center, you'd be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Oh, it's not the movie theater, dude. Dude, in fact, most people wouldn't even know that there wasn't a center on a really good calibrated pair of stereo speakers, man. I'm telling you.
Guys, don't forget to subscribe to Don's channel. Don, what's the name of your channel?
Digital Dawn AV.
Do you have any content there to watch?
What's that?
You have anything to watch on there?
A little bit. Just some shorts and stuff. I've got some videos in the works. I'm trying to get my 2-channel room done so I can do my intro video and all that. So it's like, and I'm, have some challenges, of, and I'm trying to, get some stuff sorted out. So it'll be there when I get there. Appreciate it. I like that button. Doing a Zoom meeting with a big client, hit that button.
All right, we're going to get out of here. Thanks for hanging out for 3 hours. Some of you guys have been hanging out with us for 3 hours. So kudos for you. Thank you for that. Thanks for hanging out. And it was a good time. We'll see you in the next one. Byron, you better fucking watch. Byron, if you don't watch Joker 2, when we come back next week, Byron,
Cutting you off.
we're fucking roasting the shit out of you
You're
again.
dead to me. You're dead to me.
You're gone. You're gone. You better watch that shit next week. Okay, let's go.
Triad Mafia.